Let's not start laughing again.
Alex, why? Why? This is your fault. I hope you realize that.
What is?
This whole thing.
What whole thing?
This banter here, man.
Hey, that's not.
I hate you both. Hello and welcome back to another live stream. This time it's a depressing one because we're smoking Gurkhas. Gurkha night is finally here. The night that I have been dreading.
There's no one here yet.
There's no one here. Good. No one wants to see this.
It's will be better start raving about some very good cigar. Then next night will be probably some.
Hey, you never know. I mean, these.
There are people here. It just doesn't tell me they.
I mean,
Weird.
you never know. This cigar might be might not be terrible. Could be worse.
Man, you want to change the band and put it on a decent cigar before we start in the live? Come on.
That's not a bad idea, but mine's stuck on here. Look.
Yeah, guys.
I thought
seriously.
of that.
Good- Good evening from me. Before Usman starts his stuff, telling his stuff, yeah, he was looking to change the band secretly to have some custom rolled Cuban cigar and smoke instead of Gurkha custom rolled Cuban cigar.
That
Look
plan,
how
went,
he cheekies.
that plan went out the window because this glue is stuck on the actual wrapper, so I can see it. It's not moving.
Come on, tell your stuff.
Another live stream. I mean, normally I'm excited about live streams. Why you guys got? Okay, right. Let's
No-
get into this.
no
I'm gonna be a professional.
Go get some biscuit.
I want some biscuits actually, but it's 8 o'clock and the local
You know
shop is
what?
closed. now.
That gas bottle next to you, you can put some in your mouth. It might be change your taste.
I'll use a zipper one here. Welcome back to another live stream. Have I said welcome back enough times already?
Yeah,
Oh, I've
4
said it enough
times.
times. Okay.
Is it from the shea butter?
Yeah. I'd rather eat shea butter than this, man. Anyway. Yeah. Welcome to our live stream. 5th time. Today we're going to be doing a Gurkha cigar tasting session. We're going to be talking about the company Gurkha because we've got nothing better to do, clearly. And I blame you guys. If something happens, it's your fault, okay? Because you guys have been... Oh. Stop laughing, man. He's loving it. Ray's loving this because he knows I don't... I've been talking shit about Gurkha cigars for so long, it's now come back to bite me in the
You better
ass.
not like it now.
Oh, shit. What if I like it? What if I like it? You know what? If I like it, I'll be honest. I'll be honest if I like this.
Don't trust me. He never is honest.
What? That's my job as a
How to
reviewer.
destroy man's credibility is intended.
But yeah, our live stream, as usual, sponsored by Monte Fortuna Cigars. Monte Fortuna Cigars, they're based in Europe. They've got a huge selection of both Cubans and non-Cubans.
But no Gurkha.
Fortunately, they don't have any Gurkhas, but they do have a Kraken. So, no. I mean, Monte Fortuna, I'm a big fan of them. I've been purchasing cigars from them for a while. Huge fan of their service. I think their service is fantastic. And they've got a great selection of cigars. If I'm not mistaken, they've got a box of 20 Monte Cristo vintage 2010. They call it vintage. 2010, right? Aged 11 years. I bought a bunch of them the last time they were in stock, and they were freaking awesome. So if they're still in stock, see if you can get hold of them. They're pretty good. They're really good, and it's not that bad. I think it's like £200 or something. I don't know what it is in dollars if you're working this out in dollars. But yeah, huge selection of cigars. The vintage selection, I do recommend them because that extra age, especially with Cuban cigars, it really makes a difference. Just brings out a lot of those flavors. But yeah, check out the website, links below, and a huge thank you to Monte Fortuna for sponsoring our live stream, even though it's a Gurkha live stream. But yeah, these cigars were, I want to say kindly. Is that the right word?
Well, he gave me 5 others, so.
Who gave you
He
5?
gave you 5 others as well.
Yeah,
And then so, yeah, kindly.
I guess kindly is the right word.
With a hint of Schadenfreude.
Yeah, that's the word. I can't pronounce it, but I know what it means. Yeah, Georgie has sent us a bunch of cigars, and I think he sent us one Gurkha each. But to make up for it, he sent us loads of other cigars, which are supposedly a lot nicer. And I think Alex managed to get some Fuentes now. Finally, yay!
Yay.
Because last time Georgie missed Alex out because he's never on camera and no one cares about him. Don't you feel valued? Yes, I'm a valued part of the team.
The cigar we're smoking, I want to start smoking. That's why
I want to start smoking, but I'm just delaying it.
How is look?
You know,
By the way, look, the cigar we're gonna smoke is Gurkha 125. Maybe Usman can do a better job than me positioning the cigar. Gurkha 125 anniversary. By the look of the cigar, it's, you know, decent color, not crazy wild veins on the cigar. Instead of darkly here in the middle, I have gray something. I have no idea what is that in the middle.
I've got some darkly hair though. I can see some darkly hair.
Mine is gray.
Yours is grey. Why is yours
Maybe
grey?
it's been bleached. I don't know.
What do you mean it's been bleached? It's got webs in it.
You know, some people actually put antifreeze into some leaves to make them darker, to dye the leaves.
Do they?
Yeah, the dodgy companies put antifreeze soak the leaves in the antifreeze.
Oh,
to
so
make them
Gurkha.
darker. No, I didn't say Gurkha. I say some dodgy companies. That's not dark leaf. You know, I don't think they Gurkha have that dark leaves. You know, some companies which have particularly dark.
I mean,
leaves.
Gurkha aims for more like a sweet kind of cigar, don't they? In general?
So the look on the cigar is decent. A part of the cup, which is, you know, looks like the
Someone's been chewing
the guy
on it.
which rolled the cigar, give the owner to put the cap on his 4 years old daughter. That's how the cup look like. But
it's not that bad.
Mine is bad.
Is it? Well, one thing I like about Gurkha, or one thing I've noticed about Gurkha, I should say, is they always kill it when it comes to presentation. Their presentation skills, second to none. Like their bands.
Yeah, she's pretty cool band.
That is a pretty badass band. I mean, I'm just gonna put that on camera so you can see it properly. Can they see that properly? Yeah, that is a badass band.
So I will.
I mean, he looks pissed off. I would not want to mess with that guy. He looks like Ray, but with slightly longer hair.
Slightly Hitler hair, to be honest.
Yeah,
very. You don't know my hair. You know, I am always with a hat.
I seen your hair, man. Okay. I seen your head.
That is his hair.
Yeah.
That grows out.
So I'm gonna use small punch. You know, just to experiment and see.
Yeah, because you want it as bitter as possible.
Well, if it's bitter, let's be bitter. Well, it looks like the construction is alright. Didn't crack on the punch.
You know what? Punch cutters. I'm not a fan.
I'm not as well.
It just looks like a butthole or something, man.
And what?
It does though.
Don't be. You know, some people might like buttholes.
Well, it depends on what butthole he is, right?
You see, now when you cut your cigar and make a cold draw, you realize why I make punch.
Oh, do you need a lighter?
So even with the punch, it's very light draw. You know.
No? Okay, you grip that.
Even with the punch, the draw is very, very light.
Is it? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do something I normally never do, which is cut before I light.
I can't feel any taste on the previous draw, on the cold draw.
You can't taste anything on the cold draw. Okay.
Just maybe some dry fruit, but that's what I taste usually.
See, I don't normally do cold draws because I really don't give a crap about cold draws. You know, people do that. I'm like, just light the fucking thing and
Andre's
smoke
here.
it.
Apparently Google was asking if he's over 18.
Well, are you over 18, Andre? I mean, I saw your pictures. You look a bit young.
Danielle's here.
Hey, great to have you all.
So,
Well, the draw's not bad, you know.
Mine is loose.
Is yours loose?
How is yours, Alex?
Mine's not bad. Mine's got a good amount of resistance to it. 3 cigars,
mine's a bit loose.
3 Gurkhas from the same box, and all of them different construction.
It's loose for both of us. Only yours is not loose.
Mine's fine.
I cut mine as small as I could as well. It's pretty rude.
Yeah, I have a punch and
I'm
it's
gonna
too
cut mine.
loose for me.
I'm gonna open up mine a little bit more. Mine's great in terms of.
So I'm gonna use matchsticks. Usman and Alex will use lighters.
I'm gonna use Zippo.
Okay, 3 different types of lighting.
Yeah. So Alex is gonna use a butane. Ray's gonna use a match, and I'm gonna use a Zippo. And I'm not gonna toast. I swear, is this short filler?
No, man, I don't think so. I think it's premium brand. It's 94 points in Cigar Aficionado.
Yeah, but everywhere else, on Cigar Aficionado, based on what Ray's told me, Cigar Aficionado, this was 94 points. Everywhere else, it was in the 70s. I'm just saying, you know, Gurkha might have bought some extra advertising in Cigar Aficionado. But I'm getting so many bits out of this cigar. I've never had that many bits before. It just feels like it's
Yeah, you have a crab cutter.
Mate, you're the one who recommended me this cutter.
Yeah, yours is fake.
How is that fake?
So I lit mine.
I'm just hesitating, man. I don't know.
So you know sometimes when you have a thick wrapper, when you lit the cigar, it start burning at the sides, start getting black. Mine directly start becoming white, no blackness. I don't know, is that a good or bad thing?
By the way, this is not a review. This is not like you know, because I don't think I've smoked this particular one before. Normally with reviews, I'll always try and smoke at least a couple
Georgie's
before.
here.
Hey, Georgie! Thank you for tonight. Except for the Gurkha, but thank you for everything else.
Thank you for the cigars, Georgie.
But as I was saying, this is not a review because, well, you know, we're not taking notes or anything like that. Ray's not taking notes. I haven't smoked this particular Gurkha before. So, yeah, we're just smoking it to see what it's like and see if we actually survive this ordeal.
As we all promised, we'll have a Gurkha night. That's why we're doing it.
Well, I didn't promise. I got forced into it.
Don't tell me go back into the videos and find where you...
Well, they'll do it for us.
I will deny it. I'll be like, no.
Okay, I've got like 4 puffs already. First thoughts about the cigar. Very grassy orientated, hay. Nothing sweet.
Citrusy hay.
No,
That's what I'm
I
getting.
haven't got any citrus. I've got slightly white pepper and hay.
No pepper on mine.
Interesting.
No pepper at all.
Not on the back on the tongue.
No pepper on mine either.
I've
But I'm
got
getting
pepperness
hay.
on the back on the tongue, but yeah,
I'm not getting citrus.
yeah, no citrus as well.
Okay, that citrus flavor's gone. It's just like a...
Slight pepper now, actually, yeah.
Oh, now I'm getting that pepper. Okay, yeah, now I'm
I
getting
started
that.
before.
It's on the back end, yeah.
Dry.
Yeah, on the back
On the
of
back
the
end,
tongue,
yeah.
you've got white pepper, not harsh pepper.
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
a slight white hint of pepper. And
It's got a decent amount of strength to it from the first few draws, you know?
I found it very mild.
I mean, I've smoked a cigar before today as well. I smoked a relatively, well, Cuban Partagas. I mean, how strong?
Well, I smoked 2 hours ago.
I smoked at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 8 o'clock now.
I don't know what's
So-
the blend on that cigar actually. I was planning to check. I haven't. Maybe someone will check and tell me what. I'm interested to know, is there any Dominican tobacco in that? I doubt, but you know, I feel that dryness already, especially
Definitely
after.
dryness.
Yeah, the usually Dominican tobacco have that dryness, and
It is, yeah, definitely dry. It's like overly dry.
I wish I
Well,
had some water, actually.
You didn't get a drink?
I
You
got
have-
coffee.
coffee.
Man, just, yeah, drink the coffee, man. Stop bitching.
So,
Alex, where's your mic?
are you gonna tell more about the country,
What?
the brand, not
The brand.
yeah.
So the brand itself, I mean, the owner, apparently it's what? They call it, it's 125th anniversary. And they essentially the idea is that the company or the brand has been around for 125 years. When this cigar was released, I don't know now, maybe like a few years extra on there.
probably 4 or
maybe
5
one-
years ago, maybe something.
Yeah,
like
yeah, so maybe like close to 130 now. Cigar brand that's been around for that long. I mean, technically, not really, but technically, yeah, because the brand itself, it's, I think it was from India. I could be wrong, and Andre probably can correct me on this one. But I think the owner was traveling through India, saw this brand Gurkha, and thought, oh, I want to buy this, and then just turned it into what it is now. And I mean, it's not really 125 years old. It's just that the brand is technically been around for that long, but it's not the same thing, is it? It's not like they've been operating.
I can't imagine there's the same company, especially in that part of the world.
No, I mean it's
dealing with that kind of stuff. You know, India being under English rule in some point.
Yeah.
Then they
at some point for like.
No, I don't know the history, but
for just a little bit.
I don't know. No, I don't know the history. I know.
You don't. Okay.
You know, they've been in that rule under some.
You know, they were babysitting them for a weekend.
They didn't have a flag.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, the Gurkhas are Asian warriors. Not Asian, but basically the warriors back in Asia.
Yeah, I mean...
They're using that funny knives, what it's called.
We still have the Gurkha regiment here. It's a Sikh.
Okay.
Sikh regiment.
Yeah. So, it's still there. And this is kind of like paying homage to them, originally. I don't think it's paying homage to them now. Maybe from a brand perspective, it is to some extent, but not really. So, you know, he saw the brand, he liked the branding, bought the brand, and then basically made it into the cigar company that it is today. But it's not the same as saying this company has been in the cigar industry producing high quality cigars and tobacco products for 125, 130 years. That's not what it is. So technically, kinda yes, but really no. It's not 125, it's not a 130-year-old company. The company came to be, you know, maybe what, a couple of decades ago? A decade ago or something?
I'm getting some strange sweetness coming in.
Yeah, I'm getting some weird flavors now. I'm getting some weird...
Wrapper is Brazilian Cubra. Cubra is probably the most rare type of Brazilian tobacco you can use in the cigars.
I swear this is short filler. I'm just getting bits everywhere.
Binder Ecuador, filler is Nicaragua, Brazil, Dominican Republic. Probably the Dominican Republic hit mostly because we all have the dryness in the mouth. But the Brazilian tobacco is supposed to bring you sweetness.
Do you know
have any sweetness? You haven't?
I'm getting that now, yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting quite a weird flavor now. Like it's like a sour, like almost like a slightly gone off yogurt.
Gone off yogurt. What is that taste?
I don't know, man.
I don't eat your gone off yogurt very often.
But you smell the aroma of like, you know, like yogurt which has been in the fridge too long.
To be honest,
I was getting bits too.
It doesn't.
Georgie, were you getting bits too?
I have no any bits, but I punch it.
I'm getting loads of bits in mine.
I'm not getting bits.
Yeah.
Like it's just constantly.
It's pretty much same taste as most of the Gurkhas I have. You know, I'm honest with you. So far, it's not much of the cigar, but it's same. I don't know. It doesn't want to sound cheap. I have some cheap cigars which are way better than that.
Do you know what this tastes like now? Like that, maybe I just got like a bad... maybe I just got a bad puff on that sour yogurt, whatever. Because that flavor's gone. I think it was just one of them. You know, sometimes you just get that. It's got a bit of a Kraken vibe.
So
it's just tobacco. You
have like a proper different, not combustion, but transition in the flavors.
I don't think it was a transition. I think it was just like a dud puff. Sometimes you get that, right?
Someone touched something before they rolled the cigars.
Like a fingernail got in or something.
Oh, Ash going well. Look at Ash.
Yeah, I'm not. Mine's too.
And it's slightly
bitty.
Soft.
Yeah.
So soft cigar with that ash it's all right.
So yeah, Gurkha, the brand. You know, since then, one of the criticisms that Gurkha had for a long time was that they were just producing really cheap, low-end cigars. And I think the rumors were, I don't think any of this is verified, but the rumors were that they were just using like really crap tobacco, producing cigars with that, and then selling it for like a slightly more premium price. And then just using marketing as a way of getting around the crappy tobacco. And, you know, when you kind of smoke a Gurkha cigar, it's difficult to debunk that idea of Gurkha just using shitty tobacco. Because when you smoke, you're like, it is pretty...
Well, but they have premium lines.
They do have premium lines.
So on the premium lines, I really doubt they use bad tobacco. Maybe they use decent tobacco, but some of the lines which they're popular are infused type of lines. No, they have cognac, whiskey, if I'm not mistaken, rum or port cigars.
They've got that Louis the 13th.
Which it's weird because I don't know who's coming with the idea to infuse tobacco leaves with that kind of alcohol and thinking that would be a good thing. As I smoke few other brands which also do similar stuff, but they're short fillers. In Europe there's some.
You generally infuse, like if your tobacco is not that great quality, you would infuse it to kind of give it flavor.
Why not infuse it with something which you might have a good flavor? Because when you infuse it with that kind of alcohol and start burning, that changed completely the profile, in my opinion, and it's awful.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Louis XIII's like, but apparently that's some really expensive. It's really expensive. Is it cognac or rum? What is it? Cognac.
Yeah, it's cognac.
So it's like a really expensive cognac, and that's used in Her Majesty's Reserve.
Louis XIII, I've drank it a few times. In my opinion, is something like Behike. Mm-hmm. It's really nice cognac, but it doesn't worth the price.
It's not worth the price. Okay.
Well, the bottle is over 1,000.
Well, you keep telling me about how Behikes are amazing, so
but it doesn't worth the price. I always tell him. In my opinion, the cigar not supposed to cost more than realistically £30. For me, it's the top limit for cigar. Because you have tobacco, it doesn't matter if it's old tobacco, it still costs you $5 to make that cigar. Not $2.
I don't know. I mean, aging tobacco and managing and processing, and also warehousing, all of those things, they add up in terms of cost.
You think that why the Behike cost €50 in Germany then?
It doesn't cost €50 in Germany.
Yeah, 50,
it's like 85, 90.
Well, in Bulgaria and Spain it's €50.
Yeah, but you have to appreciate that in England, it's taxes, right? So it's not the actual cigar that's costing that much.
Exactly. In my opinion, the cigar not supposed to be worth more than $30, especially for the new cigar.
Okay.
If it's something collectible, which is not exist anymore because different reasons, if it's something meaning something, like anniversary or anything, it may be cost more, maybe worth more. But many people ask me what's the reasonable price for cigar. I always say £25-30 in UK. Any cigar over that, it doesn't worth the money. Maybe it's the best cigar. I like some Davidoffs. I like Behike. I like some Cubans. It doesn't worth the price tag.
I mean, that's why when we're traveling in London, whenever we're visiting whatever places and going to stores, we'll spend maximum about £30 on a cigar if we're going to sit down and smoke somewhere, right? Because beyond that, it's not really worth it. And Gurkha is one of those brands that produces some of the most expensive cigars. Do you need a lighter?
No.
What do you need?
I was telling Ray to read the comments so he can read out what Andre's written.
Oh. Well, just say it then.
Because you were talking.
Well, wait for me to finish, you benchwood. What's Andre saying?
He's telling us the story of Gurkha.
Oh.
Which we probably should have known, actually.
I did. I looked it up. I was saying it.
He's got more detail in his account.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it together, man. He's not smoking a Gurkha right now. He doesn't know.
But Andre actually smoked lots. Try some of the Gurkhas. He also said there's a few decent Gurkhas in his opinion. And someone mentioned Behike 52 is €55 in Italy.
I
was just saying that number. I didn't check the prices.
No, I know.
I was just flagging it down.
Wait. Back to the Gurkha point. I don't doubt that there aren't. I don't doubt the fact that there are probably some decent Gurkhas out there. But considering the fact that the decent Gurkhas cost such a ridiculous amount,
I think between probably around $10-15 some of the premium
Is
Gurkhas. It? Yeah, I'm not talking for the Louis XIII Gurkha, which is like I don't know, £500.
$750. No, $1,000 now.
Yeah, something like that. So that's crazy. But if you use that kind of brand, I don't know what the technology, how actually they infuse the leaves. Are they soak them in that kind of brandy and they been in after that, or
no. Basically, what you do is
infuse.
One of the ways that I'm not saying that this is what Gurkha does. No, you can't dip it because then it just kind of it completely ruins it. So you just have the alcohol or whatever liquid or substance nearby in a sealed container to some extent, and then you just have, because alcohol will kind of evaporate to some extent anyway, right? And as it's evaporating, it's also being infused in whatever.
But that's
porous.
Not the right way to infuse them, I believe.
That's one of the ways. I don't know if it's the
Drew Estate using different ways to infuse the cigars.
How do they infuse it? They put it in
infuse
barrels.
the whole tobacco. No, they soak the whole tobacco.
They
actually.
soak the tobacco.
Yeah,
That's a
they
strain.
dry, fermented, etc., etc. Because I've read somewhere, some article for Drew Estate specifically,
Mhm.
and they say if you infuse cigars, just keeping them in the sealed container with coffee beans, cinnamon, all kind of stuff you want to try to infuse the cigars. Yes, you will infuse them, even if you keep them for a year, 2 years, long time, they will smell. But the moment you lit the cigar, that gone.
I disagree with that.
What do you reckon they put the cigars in the old cognac barrels?
In the cognac barrel.
See, I disagree with that because I've actually literally tried infusing cigars. I had like a bunch of olivas, put it into a Tupperware box, left it for a couple of weeks,
I've tried for
smoked it, and I could taste all the flavors.
I try with coffee beans for about 6 months.
See, coffee beans is tougher because coffee doesn't have the same diffusion rate as some other liquids.
Probably.
Right?
Not liquid. I didn't try with liquid.
Oh, I
I try
see.
with coffee
Coffee
beans.
doesn't diffuse as much though.
And I try with tea leaves as well.
It needs to be a liquidish
And-
substance.
And just you smell the cigar, smell amazing. Maybe first puff. And that's
Yeah,
it.
but that's because it's only on the actual surface then. If it's a solid object, then it's not diffusing into the air as effectively as, let's say, a liquid would be. Because a liquid, the particles, the literal particles of the liquid are going to be in the air more effectively than if you have solid coffee beans. So, slightly different. But, yeah, I know that Davidoff do it through... Davidoff aged some of their tobacco, like the late hour cigar. They infuse them in barrels as well. We'll look at the comments later. And then we'll...
So yeah, Andre was saying that the owner of Gurkha bought some cigars off a Portuguese man rolling cigars in India, and he called them Gurkhas.
Yes.
They now have to be called Gurkha for 100 years. So he thought that was cool and took the name, and when they launched the Gurkha 125th, it's not a celebrated brand, just how long cigars have been rolled in India. And
Okay.
He's now pointing out, how Gurkha came to be a thing in British culture.
But is it then correct to say 125th anniversary?
That's what I'm saying. But it's an anniversary for Indian tobacco.
Not this company.
But the line is called Gurkha 125 anniversary.
That's what I'm getting confused about. Because the
125
brand itself,
anniversary Indian tobacco culture or whatever.
because that's a very different thing to say versus 125th anniversary on your own cigar, on the actual band with no context. So
Yeah.
maybe it's on the
Another
box.
marketing
Maybe
trick,
it's on the
I
box. I
reckon.
mean, I've never bought a Gurkha
Another
box.
marketing trick, yeah.
But that's the thing about Gurkha. Their marketing is incredible. The people who are marketing these products, is it thunder and lightning outside? It is, isn't it? Well, very appropriate weather for what we're smoking. It's miserable outside and it's miserable in here. In here specifically. Because the flavors in this one, these are not good.
So my ash probably will drop in any moment. Alex ash dropped just now. I reckon it's pretty good looking construction and ash. You can see all the lines, all the stuff, all the veins. So proper cone. Mine have cone. I can see it even through the ash. So despite the fact it's very easy draw for me, no much of a resistance, construction is top notch.
Construction is good on mine. I'm just really not enjoying the flavors. Like, it's really bad right now. This is getting pretty bad for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not enjoying it at this stage.
I'm still alright. I've smoked worse cigars.
Have you?
Yeah, smoke
This
worse.
is like, it's like salty bitter.
I don't have any bitterness.
No?
That's why I'm alright now.
I'm getting that saltiness. Like, the saltiness is creating that
saltiness
bitterness.
probably, yeah.
But the
Still
saltiness
have
is
the
creating
pepper in
that.
the back on the tongue, dryness, but I don't have any bitterness.
It's like,
No tar collection, but I reckon because I didn't pull so much, it's easy draw. The punch usually when it's tight draw, the punch is supposed to collect some tar around and make it unpleasant. Mine is alright so far. But
I'm getting like a salty tobacco flavor.
maybe someone's sweaty rolling.
In the words of Ross from Friends, it tastes like feet. Oh.
But yeah, that infused cigars, I think the bigger Gurkha make the name probably when they start releasing that few YouTube videos when they roll the special $2,000 cigar for customers in States somewhere.
With the Red Dragons and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the basically
Sorry,
like
Black Dragon, I
private
think,
club where you go in there, you choose the tobaccos, they roll the tobaccos in front, something like basically you make like all your own
Yeah.
blend.
I mean, like I said,
if you
from
pay that crazy
from
money,
a
you can
marketing
do
standpoint.
the whole tour in Nicaragua in every factory and roll his own blend with the
Mm.
decent blenders and make you some amazing cigars for that money. You pay for that Gurkha Black Dragon or whatever is the name.
I mean,
It's another
like I said,
marketing trick.
yeah, it's brilliant marketing. I gotta, if I had a hat, I'd take it off. I mean, you do. Yeah, from if we're looking at it from a sheer business standpoint, Gurkha
Sleep
Cigars.
with the hat, man. Don't take it off.
Gurkha Cigars absolutely nail it when it comes to marketing. But here's the thing. Let's go back to the infusing cigars point, right? If you've got a really high-end, high-quality tobacco, you'd want to be able to taste the tobacco, right? You want the flavors from the high-end quality tobacco, so you wouldn't infuse them. The only time you'd infuse tobacco, otherwise, if you did infuse it, it'd just kind of clash, wouldn't it? And the flavors would just kind of...
Maybe it's just additional line to your...
No, but hear me out. If you have really good quality tobacco, which has great flavors, and then you infuse it with something else, which is already quite complex, it's gonna clash, isn't it? You're not gonna be able to effectively blend them. It doesn't work like that. You blend simple things to create something complex. You don't blend two complex things to create something better. That's not generally how it works. So you have to start off with a base layer of tobacco, which is not going to be of great quality because it's not going to have the complexities and a lot of the flavors and so on. So you need that base layer of crappy tobacco, I'm guessing, to be able to infuse high-end cognac into it. And because it's like really expensive cognac, you can use it from a marketing standpoint, like, oh, Louis XIII went into this, blah, 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 whatever, and this and that. And then bang, you have a £1,000 cigar.
It will be nice in that way of thinking. It would be nice if for example, they, in a box of that expensive Louis XIII Gurkha infused cigars, they sell in one, actually, which is not infused.
Just so you could see what it's like without the infusion.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
But they wouldn't,
I would
because
be
you know
very
why?
curious if they, even if not that expensive one, even some of the cheap ones, the Port or I don't know what's the other infused, the not the expensive infused one. If they include one or two which are not infused, let's say box of 24, 25, 20, I don't mind how big boxes are they. So in box of 20, put two which are not infused. Mark them as a not infused, same blend cigars, just not the tobacco not being soaked.
I doubt they'd taste like anything nice.
Why not?
I doubt it. I highly doubt that would taste like anything good. Because the infusing practice is there to kind of give the flavor.
But then you can realize how better cigar is if the infusing tastes nice and not the non-infused doesn't.
But it would kill the whole marketing standpoint of it, because then you'd know how much of the cigar is actually from their quality and how much of it is just because of the infusion that they just bought off the shelf.
But you don't know what is a really crappy cigar. Maybe the infusion make it crappy. The one, honestly, I told you, there's only one cigar which I throw on the halfway in the whole history of smoking tobacco, since I remember it. There's only one cigar which I throw before even the halfway. That was infused Gurkha. Because it was awful taste of that alcohol something. And not because I don't like to drink cognac or brandy or rum.
Was it just too much?
It was just awful. I have no idea it was infused actually.
Oh, I see.
I someone gave it to me. It was the glass tube with the red wax. And I have it because it was really nice looking cigar. Glass tube wax on the end. Say, that's an amazing looking cigar. I've seen before that Marquis Mark cigars, the whiskey infused cigars. I can't remember who.
Maker's Mark.
Yeah. There's that kind of, but they are very expensive as well. So I've seen them and I saw, oh, that's look very nice. And that Gurkha, I didn't realize it's actually infused. One evening I smoked it. It was, 4 or 5 years ago. Literally start puffing first 5-10 minutes. I say, what is that awful. And I was very in the beginning of smoking New World cigars. So I've smoked not many New Worlds. Some of them I really enjoy. And when I go to that Gurkha, I have no idea what is Gurkha, what they made. They
you
even
just
don't
saw
have
the branding and
they
you
even
thought,
don't have the bad reputation back in the time. That was way before the scandal with the Instagram or Twitter or
No,
whatever.
they didn't have a bad reputation, but they had a reputation of like just being a bit.
Yeah, they have a 50-50 probably, but you know, before the Twitters, that was way before the scandal.
Oh,
And
with the CEO, we'll get to that.
so way before that, I have no idea what is Gurkha. Someone gave it to me. I keep it for a while because I think that would be special cigar, nice looking, you know, special effort. The band, it was red band, the wax. And when I open it, even smell doesn't feel alright. Start smoking it and bin the cigar. I found out it's infused way later, probably years later. I found out that was actually infused cigar, and that might be my first infused cigar. And
Can you
maybe that's why I don't like acids, Laratans, you know, the Drew Estate infused. I don't like them because maybe that was the first experience with them.
And then he just kind of ruined it.
Probably.
Can you see my reaction to every single puff? Like my face is just kind of scrunching up harder and harder. I'm just gonna.
I don't think it's that bad.
Honestly, I'm feeling it. I don't know how I'm gonna finish this.
You finish it.
I
That's the point. You're not smoking anything else on the life.
I've got some Cubans, man.
No Cubans, man. You smoke the Cubans tomorrow.
I need some bleach after this.
Question, guys.
Go on.
Are we ready for questions already?
Well, we might as well.
No? Okay.
Since it's there. Have you ever tried the Juan Lopez number 2 Robusto?
I think I have.
Juan Lopez number 2. Is
Yeah,
that
it's the Robusto straight. So there's the number 1, there's the number 2. Number 1 I think slightly longer. Number 2 is shorter but fatter. Number 1's 46 ring gauge, I think.
I
Number 2
might
is 50.
smoke it. I can't remember honestly. If I smoke, it will be only 1 or 2.
I've only
Usman
sm-
probably will.
No, I think I've only smoked about 2 of them. It's just not a very popular cigar.
But it's way better than that for sure.
That one's a great cigar. I thought it was great. That's a really good Robusto. It's not the best Robusto I've ever smoked, but it was a very enjoyable smoke.
And also Scott's saying he'll try and infuse his crop with Louis the 13th if we send him some to water it with.
First of all, no. Second of all, no. Why would you want to ruin your crop for?
I mean, it's a good experiment, right?
I'll try it. I'm up for all kind of experiments, guys.
Listen.
If you want to experiment with something, send it. Send it.
Ray. He's clearly bullshitting us. What he's going to do is he's going to get the bottle, take a couple of drops, put loads of water in, be like, yeah, I infused the tobacco, drink the rest. Or sell it on eBay.
No, if you send it for free, yeah, I'll try it. I want to experiment.
There was a good point by Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence.
Who even smokes the really expensive Gurkhas? Because he feels like all the passionate cigar smokers stay away from them. And that's quite a good point.
So
Yeah.
generally
does buy this?
speaking, and this is entirely my impression of it. So this is anecdotal at best anecdotal. But you know, you're gonna have like people like Bill Clinton, wealthy individuals who kind of like, because Bill Clinton loves freaking Gurkhas, right?
Do you think it's not a marketing point as well for Bill Clinton?
Possibly.
Someone pay him a lot of money to show up with
I
that
hope
cigar.
that's the case. But do you know what? He does buy them. He does buy them as well.
I don't know him personally. I don't know.
I don't know him personally, but he does buy them. And
Let's get him on. Let's get him on.
I would bring
Bill.
Monica as well.
let's get Hillary on as well. See if she can smoke a cigar.
Talk about our emails.
Yeah.
You're officially invited to our small smoking lounge.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll invite
All will
anyone.
be there. Monica,
Listen.
Hillary, Bill, all will be there.
I'll
Holy
invite the
Trinity.
King of Brunei or whatever. You know,
Holy
listen, if
Trinity.
you're watching, you best turn up, man. But no, I think people. I'm not going to say people who don't know cigars because that would be quite arrogant of me to say that. I think that people who have a lot of money and want to be able to say, "I'm smoking a cigar which costs X amount of money," because there is some hype behind that, right? It's like,
So-
how much is your cigar? This is £1,000 cigar.
It's
Each
probably
one.
show up point more.
But if you can show off, why not, right?
If you have
If you have that kind of money,
significant amount of money, are you gonna
Yeah.
show off with the Gurkha £1,000?
might do.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't. I probably
Way
wouldn't.
other cigars which worth less than that, and I can
Yeah.
show off with them.
Same here. I would be very happy with the Coaba. I would be extremely happy with the Trinidad.
No, this
I'm
is
fine with that.
for £1,000.
I could buy.
I'll buy any Dunhill, Cuban Dunhill, and that will be proper show off in the cigar aficionado.
See, I really don't give a crap about that. if I'm spending £1,000 on cigars, I'm not going to buy one. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of Trinidads and Coabas. That's generally what I'm going to buy, and I'm going to be extremely happy with that, regardless of how wealthy I might become. I'm not going to be buying £1,000 cigars just to smoke them and show off, like, oh, look at this. I really don't give a crap about that. But
yeah, but there's a people which, you know, they have
yes,
endless amount
and
of
if
money.
they do, and those kinds of people, if they want to, perfectly reasonable. They've got the money for it. Why not, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen. I think I know fair amount of cigar aficionados, cigar producers, people in the industry. Let's say that way, which one or another way they're into the cigar industry doing something. I still don't know person which tried that cigar. I didn't know him personally. You know, I've read in the magazines about that cigar. I've seen YouTube videos about that cigar. I don't know any single person personally which tried.
My uncle, he's relatively...
And some of the collectors I know, they can afford anything you want to smoke. You know, they smoke crazy expensive vintage stuff which worth thousands and thousands. None of them wants to try even that Gurkha, despite the fact it's officially the most expensive cigar in the market.
It is, yeah. I think my uncle, you know, my uncle is doing pretty well for himself, but the only cigars, I don't even know if he knows Gurkha. I don't even know if he's ever heard of them. But he's one of them, like, you know, like old school smokers, and he's only gonna smoke. He only smokes Behikes or Vegas Robanas. That's all he's interested in.
Maybe because you know, in the States, we all know it's not easy to find some of the Cuban stuff.
Yeah.
And people, well, there's a plenty of other brands which produce in 100, 200, you know, Partagas. The non-Cuban Partagas have like $400 cigar as well. So there's a plenty other brands which produce in that kind of
but maybe
stuff.
there's a novelty.
Even if you mention the Dom Pepin, the latest release, you know, My Father, it's a humidor which worth like tens of thousands. Monte Cristo release again, cigar recently, which worth like $200 a piece.
Yeah.
Plenty of examples, but maybe because the people don't have the Cuban stuff to smoke there. Well, not as we have them here. You know,
most people don't have that.
The
It's a very
limited
select
editions,
few.
the type of you know, Cohiba Supremos, talismans.
Yes.
Maybe the Majestuoso, the crazy expensive cigar. Maybe they don't have that kind of expensive cigar, and the only way to show up is if you make a picture with that box of black whatever they call Black Dragon, yeah, that crazy expensive book. Maybe that's the type of show off, you know, Instagram pictures lifestyle, where you basically show off with some crazy expensive box of cigars, cutter for 150,000 pounds.
What kind of cutters are you looking at, man? I've never seen a cutter that expensive.
Zyker, put a Zyker, Google Zyker.
Yeah, but that's
green
one.
and gold. Yeah, it's one.
No, I mean, there's only one of them.
Yeah, $150,000.
It's not one line though. It's just one cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
It's
a cutter.
full with diamonds and rubins.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a cutter that you can actually purchase.
Yeah, but if you've got that much money, that's
Yeah.
not what you buy.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
Fair
you
point.
buy the one that's made of gold with diamonds.
That's a fair point.
If you
with Swarovski crystals,
yeah,
you know,
if
for
you buy
Ray.
if you buy that kind of cigars, you want to show off. You're not gonna buy Zyker at 40 quid or French knives for £100. You're gonna buy the French knife which worth €10,000.
Hey, that's not £100, okay? That's £190.
Anyway,
you know?
but if you want to show off, you're not gonna show that one. You show the one which has been to the moon and back. You know, the €10,000 one. You show off with that. You don't show up with the normal stuff which everyone can afford.
Yeah, but that particular he's talking about a camera which has literally been to the moon. But that wasn't. Yeah, but that was used. It wasn't like, you know. It wasn't like, oh look, we've sent it to the moon and now it's come back. No, it was literally used on the moon to take pictures. It was there for an actual purpose. But the cutter, it was just like, look, it's on the moon now. Let's bring it back.
Well, it's been actually.
You know, it wasn't obviously thrown there. You know,
it doesn't matter. It's something, you know, like that.
But it's bullshit, isn't it? It's just like.
But it's if someone wants to pay for it. So
I agree.
For instance, there's another YouTuber on here, Alex Steele, right? Blacksmith. He and his former co-host Will made this pizza cutter, right? It's a pizza cutter. It's got gold wire in it. It's got Damascus stuff. It looks insane.
And it's one-off.
It's a one-off, and it costs shit tons of money.
Yeah.
But if I had that money,
Why not?
I mean, it's something that I, you know. It's something
You
like-
probably won't use the real
Yeah, no,
one
no.
on pizza.
I agree with that. I think that if there's a completely one-off product and you've got the money and you're interested in that particular thing and you want to buy it, fine. You know, I'm not going to be that guy who's going to be sat there like, oh, I'll do this and all that. I'm like, I'm not going to talk about what someone else should do with their money. But in the same
In the
breath,
product which you're consuming, like the cigars, I don't think we need that kind of showing
because
off.
as soon as you smoke it, it's going to last for an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, and like 99% of the people which follow you in Instagram and you post that picture, they're gonna say that's shitty cigar, bro.
Because it's the Gurkha.
So yeah, that wouldn't happen. You know, maybe 1% will put the likes and wow, that's a 2,000 pound cigar. Wow.
See, I disagree with you on that one.
But 99% will be.
I disagree with that. I think that the majority of people are going to be like, wow, that's a 2,000 pound cigar. And it's a small percentage of people that are going to be like, nah, man, that's shit.
Cigar industry is not like that.
But it's not the cigar industry that's going to be looking at that.
Who else will know it's 2,000
Let me tell you,
then?
okay, let me put it this way. My friend who doesn't smoke cigars, okay, who the only time he ever smoked a cigar was with me. And when I gave him a few cigars, that's the only time he's ever smoked them. Prior to that, he didn't know anything about cigars. And he has no interest in cigars, really. Or very little interest in cigars. Even before we spoke about, you know, smoking cigars or whatever, he had heard of Gurkha. He had seen the most expensive Gurkha cigar in the world. And in his mind, it was like, wow, that's amazing, blah, 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 this and that. So for him, it was like, holy crap, that's the most expensive cigar. And he is going to be in the majority because the cigar industry is the niche.
But he doesn't smoke cigars.
Doesn't matter.
So everyone who smokes cigars will comment in, that's bullshit.
But it's a small number of people. The cigar industry is the niche.
But if that guy is a proper Instagram influencer with thousands of people follow him,
But
and
people are
his
following
post-
him for the lifestyle, not necessarily for just the cigars.
If he posts only cigar pictures, do you think he's still the lifestyle? I don't think so.
You know, you'd be surprised at how many people...
So there's probably people, I don't know, example, maybe someone producing the crazy expensive caviar. Let's say that way. I don't follow any of them. I like some luxury stuff. I like some caviars. But I don't follow any single person which posts everyday pictures of the caviar in the Instagram. So why are you gonna follow someone posting cigars, cutters, and that kind of stuff if you're not smoking cigars?
So we're getting into like a really hypothetical discussion here. But someone who's going to be posting £2,000 or $2,000 cigars from Gurkha, chances are they're probably not a cigar aficionado in essence. Chances are.
Probably yes.
Likelihood is they saw this cigar which cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
To them, it's not a great deal of money. But they know that it's a valuable thing. And they just wanted to show off a bit. Which is fine. You know, enjoy yourself.
If they
but
post,
let me finish. Let me finish.
Let
me finish. I've got a point I'm going to make. So they don't particularly care that much about the actual cigar or the cigar industry itself. They care more about the actual lifestyle around what cigars represent. Because 9 times out of 10, when you see people with cigars, it's always like, you know, that guy standing next to his car with a cigar, like trying to act like a boss, right?
I'm not talking for them.
But I'm just saying, that's the majority. Most people are not.
Follow me, but
we're in that bubble. We're in that bubble. Most people are not cigar aficionados.
Proper cigar aficionados, they don't post anything else apart of cigar boxes, cutters and stuff.
That's not the majority.
If you've seen every picture with different Mercedes or different Rolex or different Tag Heuer or anything, that's show off. But there's people which post every picture.
Yeah.
It might be lineup with crazy expensive cigars. It might be one cigar. It might be box of cigars. They post only cigars.
Okay, but that's the niche.
I don't think the people which follow the luxury lifestyle follow them.
No.
Exactly. So,
but that's the distinction I'm making. The distinction I'm making is the kind of people that would be smoking and showing off with these super expensive cigars are not going to be necessarily the same people who are cigar aficionados. They're going to be two different kinds of people.
You've got to remember anyone who wants to buy an expensive thing to show off the fact that they've spent the money on an expensive thing is not so worried about the thing itself.
Yeah.
They're showing off about how much money they've spent on it, right?
It's
Because
more
that's-
about the
there
value.
are- you know, that can't be me because I haven't got enough money to do that. But
We're in
I
the
know-
same boat.
I know there are people who find value in themselves, perhaps, or others, in how much has been spent as opposed to what has been
Yeah.
bought.
Yeah, but that kind of people, they don't post only pictures of
No.
Gurkha.
No.
They
But,
post
tha-
But that's
anything
exactly-
which
but
is
that's the point we're making.
overpriced.
But that's
stuff.
the point we're making. But that's the majority. So the majority of people will be following them. So they would see the Gurkha brand. They would see the expensive people. It's not cigar aficionados that be following them.
My point was none of the proper. I mentioned it. Cigar influencers in Instagram. Most of the cigar influencers, they don't just show up with the most expensive stuff in the world.
That's true.
The people we're talking about are not influenced by cigar influence. They're influencers. They're influenced by people with lots of money.
Yeah,
Influencers.
We're talking for different groups of people.
I know,
here.
but that's the point that we're making. The point that we're making is the kind of people that would be smoking these super expensive cigars are not gonna be cigar aficionados, or not necessarily gonna be cigar aficionados. They're not gonna be the people that are actually interested in cigars.
For the
'Cause
same
people-
reason, you and I would probably go and buy a GTR over a £3 million Bugatti, right? It's the same.
I
kind
have
of-
3 million pound. I will have one of car.
Well, but you know what I mean. Like when
I might buy a GTR and put it someone to
not-
customize
we're
it for a 3 million.
We're doing it for ourselves, not for other people.
Yeah. I wouldn't post a picture on the car even if I have it. You know, if I have 3 million pound the car, I wouldn't post it.
It just being like a cover in his garage. You wouldn't even
You know,
drive it.
if you check my Instagram feed, I'm not a big influencer or something. I don't have any single picture with Behike, Talisman, Supremos. You know how often I smoke them. You know, you see me sometimes when we chat and I smoke some expensives. I don't have any single picture of them.
I've noticed that. But that's the point that I'm making. There's a difference between what is, because the cigar aficionado and the people that are actually interested in cigars, it's a niche group. It's a small group. For us, it might seem like a big group, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not. The bigger group are the people that are just interested in the rich lifestyle.
I want to check now on Instagram, actually, when I use the hashtag black, whatever was the expensive Gurkha. I want to see actually how many pictures you have with that.
With the black dragon.
Yeah. And see actually, is any real aficionado post that picture with the cigar?
Let's find out. I mean, that's an experiment to do, right? Alex, do you think you can bring that up on your phone and do a quick check?
Alex Burns just told me to search #cigar on Instagram and see all the poses. But
Well,
actually, it's
cigar.
not-
I use hashtag
it's
cigars.
not that
No,
bad, actually. I
You-
don't know.
you use hashtag Gurkha Black Dragon. It's the Black Dragon name, the
Yeah.
cigar.
But we're
Use
getting,
that one.
so we're
See
getting,
how much
you're
will
getting close
came
to
up there.
you're getting close to the halfway point on your cigar. Alex, how far are you in? You're about halfway point.
Yeah, we all go on the same pretty much.
I'm nursing mine. I'm still about 2/3 in.
Yeah. So
I mean 1/3 in. I'm about 1/3 in. Sorry.
my
I'm not feeling this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeling this at all.
I'm
Mine's getting worse.
I'm 50-50 in my occasion. The construction is amazing.
Construction
wouldn't
is
lie.
great.
I even need to push the ash because I don't want to fall. I mean, it feel like it will fall. It don't want to feel. I just
Yeah.
need to ash it in the ashtray.
Yeah.
Line is not the perfect, but I would say almost
It's
perfect
about as
line.
good. Yeah.
No any single bits of tar or pieces. I don't have any pieces in my mouth. I punch it. So the taste, it didn't change much since the beginning. I feel the dryness. I feel the hay. I feel the white pepper in the back of the tongue, and pretty much that's it. I don't feel any sweetness, any what they find citrusy stuff. I don't have that one in my cigar, and for me it's, let's say, budget smoke. It's all right for a budget smoke. You have perfect construction, no need to relight it, no tars. The taste is not blunt. As a blunt, don't taste anything. You
There's
taste
definitely
just is
flavor.
not a pleasant,
It's just-
not favored. But if you like peppery cigars with the dryness, you like that cigar because the taste is not blunt. Don't get me wrong. Most of the Gurkhas are complete nothing. You smoke
I'll tell you
pure
what
tobacco.
I'm getting though.
So that's my opinion. There's a taste, not my favorite one. Construction is okay. I would say so far I am 50-50 to smoke another one. I wouldn't exclude it so far.
I'm getting a sourness the whole way
So,
through.
I'm starting to get that now.
Like it's just a sourness the whole way through. It's just sour. There's no bitterness, but it's like a salty, sour flavor with like.
You know, now I'm thinking, because you both straight cut the cigar, I punch it. My taste is more concentrated in the middle. Even if you have some sourness, bitterness, it's not going on some of the sides. You know, because in your point, some of the leaves, which is not good, it might be on one of the sides, and you go straight that in your mouth, and that ruin everything. Mine is concentrated in one point, and I have the complexity of the taste, which, you know, I don't usually use punches. You know, I'm a straight cutter fan, but I decided to go for punch to just.
You went for the butthole.
So I reckon the punch worked better on them so far. Listen, you.
Possibly, but I'm just getting a salty sourness. Every time I take a draw, my mouth is just naturally doing this.
Sourness is coming and going for me.
For me, it's very present.
Sometimes it's there and it's there, but sometimes it's just kind of.
No, for me, it's like
What is
practically
the
every draw.
retro? What is the retro hail?
Retro hail is. Give me a second.
I have a retro hail. I'll try as well.
Sharp, peppery. Very peppery, actually. Tobacco flavors. Nothing significant. Wait.
Oh,
A slight woodiness.
I'm getting woodiness and actually more sourness.
Yeah, slight woodiness, but then the sourness just kind of kills it.
I don't feel any sourness in my case.
I'm getting a lot of sourness.
Yeah, I am.
Getting dryness, but
I'm getting dryness is there. There's a back end pepper. Retro hail, very very peppery, woodiness, and a sourness.
I hate the sour taste. So I'll find it on the moment when I have some. But mine is not sour at all.
Mine's really sour. You got
Interesting,
lucky.
because that's the 3 cigars. I presuming they're from the same box. So George bought them as a 5-pack, and they should be from the same batch, same thing. And
I mean, we all lit our cigars slightly different as well. You used the match, Alex used the butane, I used the Zippo.
But that's got to be.
I
dealt with by
don't
now,
think
surely.
that will change.
No,
that
it wouldn't.
much
It
in
wouldn't. It
taste.
wouldn't. I'm saying that we're just kind of like slightly doing different things in terms of like how we're drawing the cigar. Most of the
I
flavors,
think the cut do the reason here.
possibly,
In
but
my
I don't
opinion,
know. I don't
that
know.
would be the only way. There's no other.
Well, no, there
point
is
to be
another.
different.
There is another. I mean, it could just be the fact that you've got a slightly different. You know, maybe your cigar was just rolled slightly differently, or the blend. You know, maybe it's just not as consistent as we think. Because in a box of cigars, even with New World, as much as people like to say, "Oh, Cubans are not consistent," New Worlds are not exactly 100% consistent. New Worlds are not even Davidoff. They're not
Yeah, but
100% consistent.
usually not in the box. If the
Same
box
box.
supposed to be okay, if you smoke, let's say every day from
No.
the same box.
I've bought boxes of Davidoff on Olivas. They're not 100% consistent all the way through. But then it also comes down to your mood and so on and so forth and lots of whatever. I mean, we all had the same thing to eat, so I don't know. But then, Alex and I are having coffee. You're drinking water, so that could be impacting it.
Possibly, but you drink sweet coffee, yeah?
Well, the coffee's. I wasn't drinking coffee while I was smoking it to begin with.
Alex,
begin
is
with,
your
I was
coffee-
just
Is your
drawing-
coffee sweet, Alex?
Slightly.
Slightly.
But I wasn't drinking coffee to begin with. Started off very, just smoking the cigar.
What's happened on the hashtag Gurkha?
I was looking at Gurkha Black Dragon.
It's just a lot of nonsense. A lot of people that are putting that hashtag on things that aren't even the Black Dragon cigar.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just using the hashtag. So, which basically goes back to feeding my point, which is that people are just using that as a way of like influencing, right? It's not really people who are cigar aficionados. Because if you're a cigar aficionado, I don't think you'd be using the Black Dragon.
But even if I want to check the hashtags, even if it's not the Black Dragon, I won't look the picture. I'll just following down, see where's the actual picture of the Black Dragons.
There are some pictures of Black Dragon, but most people weren't using that hashtag correctly. When I say correctly, I mean it's not on a Black Dragon. Or there was one guy who posted a picture of him being in a store, picking up a Black Dragon and taking a picture of that. But Gurkha, Gurkha's had a lot of controversy in the last, what time is it? What are we looking at? Are we looking at question time?
Yeah.
It is question time, isn't it? Well, let's quickly do the sponsor point, and then we can start looking at some questions, and then we can start talking about Gurkha the company as well. So, Montefortuna Cigars, sponsor of our live stream. They've been supporting us practically from the beginning of our live stream, so a huge thank you to them. Company based in Europe. They've got Cubans, non-Cubans, a great selection. They even sell coffee and a number of accessories. So they've got Estee Dupont accessories like cutters, lighters, and so on and so forth. So if you do like your fancy lighters and fancy cutters, they've got that covered too. Check out the link below in the description. And yeah, Montefortuna Cigars, huge selection of cigars, highly recommend them, fantastic service. Yeah, check them out, I do recommend them. So, question time. Let's have a quick look at the questions, and then we'll start talking about Gurkha Cigars. And
I haven't really got any yet.
no, do we have any comments? I mean, see, you keep answering all the questions, that's why.
Yeah. Leave something for us. We want to be proactive as well.
I know.
I was asking you them.
An interesting comment at least.
What would be the good name for a cigar that's been to the moon and back? I said Amelia Luna.
I would say not smokable.
It'd be freeze dried.
MS. I still don't know your name, M or S.
Ms.
Ms.
Sorry.
Apparently, he knows someone who was gifted a expensive Gurkha, a cigar smoker,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically said it had no taste. It had almost a negative taste, less than nothing.
It had a negative taste, like it took flavor out of his mouth. Oh god, I know that Cigar Obsession, he did a review on the I like Cigar Obsession, he does some good reviews. He did a review on the Her Majesty's whatever, you know, the £1,000 cigar that comes in the tube with the green wax.
Green one, yeah.
Yeah. And he smoked that, and the whole way through you could tell that he was being a little bit polite. And I mean, I like that about him. He doesn't just bash companies and brands like, you know, my dumbass does. And you know, he's quite respectable, and he likes to, you know, give people a good chance, which is very, you know, obviously way more professional than I am. And he was just reviewing the cigar as the cigar, and the whole way through he was just like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like that. And most of his review was him doing this, just shrugging his shoulders like, yeah, okay, whatever. Just like,
That's why
I'm
not
thinking that's
reading
£1,000
That's why I'm
cigar.
not reading the proper cigar reviews. The only one I read, by a guy called Andre Diaz.
Yeah.
There's decent stuff there.
Of course we're going to say that though, aren't we? We're obviously going to say nice things about Andre.
But Andre make proper
his reviews are
short
good.
reviews.
His reviews are good.
I don't want to read review from, 10,000 words and telling you pair that with the oysters from Scottish border and drink it with whiskey which been sitting in ice
no,
for
you're
3
absolutely.
months.
Oh my god,
I hate that kind of stuff.
That's precisely why I like Andre's reviews. They are very straight cut to the bone.
Yeah.
It's like, stop pissing about and tell me what the cigar's like.
Speaking of Andre, he made a comment that I missed about how he used to get a lot of people coming into the shop to buy expensive cigars, to see expensive cigars just to post pictures of them, but then actually buy a cheap cigar smoked.
Posers.
Yeah. It's like the person who poses
I
next to
don't.
the GTR and then
I
buy a
don't-
micro.
Honestly, I feel awkward to go in the shop and say, "Let me see that cigar," and I didn't buy it. I feel awkward.
Oh, I don't feel awkward. I want to see it if it's there.
No, I can see it
Like-
without say, "Give me that cigar."
Oh, no, I
see
don't want
it
to pick it up.
and get it and start.
No,
making the
I'm not going to do
pictures.
that. I'm not going to do that.
That's awful.
That is awkward. I'd feel a bit strange doing that. But I want to see them if they're...
Basically, he dropped it on the floor.
He was so nice about it, wasn't he? Oh, sorry.
Well, some of the shops they not give you cigar like that. They put it in a tray. So
Yeah, they
not
do, yeah.
really chance to drop it like straight.
No,
on
but
the
most
floor.
stores that we've been to, they do that. And, the company that we're talking about, they do
Because
that
they
in...
trust you.
Yeah. Sam does, anyway. Well, maybe he shouldn't have trusted me on that one.
So,
But I like being able to... One thing I like being able to do is I like to pick out my cigars because I want to feel exactly... So one of the things that I
Picking
did...
your cigars is one thing, but
Yeah.
going and stop on the most expensive box in the shop.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Start making the pictures, you know. There's a guy here, blah blah. It's, you know.
What was that sound?
You know, the cigar and the selfie phone, man, with the, I don't know, Fuente.
Wait, what's worse? Going into a humidor, into a store humidor, and sniffing a cigar or posing with it? What's worse?
Sniffing. Yeah, I like when someone give a cigar to someone which have no idea what you're doing and start. Smell amazing. It smell on shits, man. The horse shits. How it smells, you know.
It smells like my new.
It doesn't smell amazing. Yeah, you smell tobacco and stuff, but it
Yeah.
doesn't smell like caramel or creme brulee.
Yeah,
or,
but I like the smell of cigars. Like you like the smell of humidors, right? You
yeah,
lift it open.
yeah, but it doesn't smell like, wow, that
Yeah,
is
it doesn't.
caramel, strawberry, toffee. It doesn't smell on
Yeah, that's
that.
bullshit. Whenever
Sorry.
someone says that to me, I'm like,
It doesn't smell on that.
That's what vapes smell like.
It smells on nice tobacco leaves,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
aged, fermented, unless it's infused stuff which smell awful. But it doesn't like strawberry. So
no.
bad.
The worst is like when you've got like some cigars and then someone wants to take a look at your cigars.
Someone commented on it.
Lawrence says apparently if you fart in a humidor, it will stay in there for 6 weeks.
If you what?
If you fart in a humidor, it will stay there for 6 weeks.
Oh,
I didn't hear it. What?
If you fart in a humidor, the smell will stay there for 6 weeks.
that can't be true, can it?
I tell you.
That
It's
is
like-
veil.
Oh,
He's got 3 questions actually.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hello, Lawrence.
Ray, do you smoke cheap, not very premium cigars ever just to try them?
Yeah, all the time. I can name you the last 5 really budget smokes I've smoked, and I remember them. I smoke Gurkha Price Fighter, about $1, $1.50. Not good. I wanna try it. I have smoked cigar called. It's made actually in Nicaragua. I forgot the name. It's a black band with the green dot. With A, start with A. I really forgot the band. I have the picture. That is, I think they're made for Famous, one of the shops in the state. They're about bundle of 20 for $20, and that was one of the best cheap smokes I have. Someone gave it to me. I wasn't happy when they give me that kind of stuff, especially when we exchange cigars with someone. I say, all right, I'll smoke it. I won't bin it. Smoke it. It was one of the best cheap smokes I have. Tasty construction. You can't say that's a really awful cigar. So I'm always, if I haven't smoked a cigar, I want to try it. It doesn't matter if it's a factory smoke, Gurkha, whatever, cheap, I don't know, cheap blend, something, I can't remember now. Quorums. I smoked Quorum Maduro. It's not bad. It was a 6x60, awful size. But it was alright for that kind of cigar. Imagine 6x60 costs $3.
And if it tastes bad, it's just
So-
gonna taste bad forever. Like
Yeah, imagine how cheap is that if it's a 6x60 for $3.
short filler, right?
I think it's a sandwich, which is mixed, you know,
Mixed,
and
What?
mixed filler.
mixed filler. So you have long filler leaves, you have some,
Sandwich, right?
yeah, they're called Cuban sandwiches. And yeah, that's some of the cheap smokes. I have plenty of other cheap stuff to try. Sometimes I try them. I don't mind trying that kind of stuff.
Some of the best the best non-expensive cigar I've smoked is the Quintero. I thought Quintero was actually not bad.
Quintero is the best budget Cuban smoke for me.
It was really good.
Better than JOP, better than Guantanamera,
Guantanamo, I
better than
hated.
Fonseca.
Fonseca's alright. Quintero was really, really good. Jose El Piedra, enjoyable. But Guantanamera, oh, terrible. Terrible cigars.
So speaking of prices, how do you smoke Bahicas, etc.?
How do I smoke them?
If you won't spend more than $30 on a cigar.
I have my ways. People call me the best friend of the widows.
You asshole. You complete.
I'm not, you know.
Shut up. You complete.
You know, imagine someone collecting cigars for 25 years. He never tell his wife how much he spent on cigars. He always buys cigars. He tell his wife that's from a friend. That worth £2. That worth £5. And he die. What's happened? If his widow is not smart enough, It just reached to some local
It's got
auction
nothing to do with
or something
smart.
with me, and basically I buy Behike for £20. That's what happened.
I mean,
Honestly,
okay,
honestly,
listen.
I can put my hand on my heart.
Listen,
I never pay more than
I love that so much.
£30 for a cigar.
I love that so much, but you have to understand, you're a complete asshole as well.
Why? Someone's selling something, I buy it.
Fair enough.
I didn't go and kill the guy. I just, I found the opportunity. Someone's selling it. Okay, I take the risk. They might
To be fair to Ray, a lot of photographers do that as well.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of photographers do that too.
You need to be smart. Everyone can go in the shop and buy Behike for $150 because you have the money. But if you don't have that
guy's
budget and you want to smoke,
been building his collection for ages, right? And then Ray comes along and gets it for a tenner.
Smoke your cigars.
that's why. Yeah,
That's why you
smoke
should
your
smoke your
cigars
cigars.
because people like me.
Ray will
look,
take them all. If you don't smoke your cigars, Ray's gonna be there just waiting like, doing this with her.
I've got a good idea for a t-shirt now.
Widow
Smoke your
collector.
cigars.
Widow collector.
The widow collector. Oh,
God.
I was not expecting that.
I'm honest, man. You can't imagine how many times.
I was not
Someone-
expecting that. I need
I have
a
an
break.
I have
Sorry,
a
man.
friend.
Just give me,
I have a friend in Germany. Every time when he call me, what he telling me?
give me Ray. Just give me a second.
He call me and say, someone
just-
die again. And I say, what's the cigars? That's the first words.
Oh my god.
That guy never called me for anything else.
Oh
He worked
my
in an
God.
auction in Germany.
Oh no.
And they called him clearance of the houses and they say, some guy passed away. And I say, what's the cigars?
Oh my
How much
God.
you want? So
How much he was? He's dead.
no, how much the guy
His wife
actually
wants.
the guy from the auction want? How much you want for
Oh
them?
my god.
Don't put them on the auction. I'll get them.
I can't. I was not.
That's ridiculous.
I'm honest, man.
No, I respect the honesty, but I wasn't expecting that.
It's true.
I can't deal with this right now. I'm just.
Okay. Here's a question for you, Ray, that we know the answer to, but Lawrence hasn't heard it yet.
Oh.
Favorite size of cigar?
Favorite size, Lancero. Lancero, Perfecto, Corona. But I smoke. Yesterday I smoked 6x60.
Mm.
So I
think-
smoke.
Actually, yeah. Well, sorry. Just you've got probably more cigars than you can smoke in the rest of your lifetime.
If I
What's
stop
gonna
buying,
happen to yours?
if I stop
I'm
buying,
gonna take him.
if I stop buying now,
We're gonna be lining up at his door.
if I stop buying now, I have for 10, 15 years.
I'm like, hey
But-
Albania, how you doing?
I have a list. I tell my wife, if I die, reach out to that 2 people which can tell you realistically how the cigars work.
Yeah.
If you can't find any I have a catalog in my house, all the cigars what they worth at the moment. So even if she decide to sell them, she know what they worth. Maybe
That's
she
good.
can go slightly cheaper than that. And I have couple of good friends which they're never gonna
They're
lie.
not gonna take advantage.
They're
or
not
anything
gonna
like
take
that,
advantage. They're gonna sell the cigars,
Yeah.
and they're gonna earn much money. My cigars are an investment for my kids, probably. People invest in money, bitcoins, whatever. I invest in cigars. So I smoke a lot, but I also buy a lot. So
Yeah, yeah. Damn. Okay, so you're playing it smart. Well, clearly, if you're the widow collector, then you gotta know the tricks of Ray, right? You gotta know. It's just you're the widow collector.
well, there's other
Oh.
women which give me cigars. The
Oh.
divorced ones, they're also really good.
Clearly.
Someone is pissed off of his husband and just wants to, sell. I am not joking. I buy.
just wants to spite them.
I buy a full humidor with cigars for £1. Because the lady
Damn.
say, I've got divorced. She knows someone give her my phone because I smoke cigars, some of my friends. She say, I've got divorced. I wanna, I'm very pissed off because my guy cheat on a woman or something. They want that cigars. I say, yeah, how much I need to see them? She say, one just symbolically £1. I bought a humidor full with cigars.
If it's at £1, I don't need to freaking know what's in them. Just send it to me, you know?
Exactly. I say, let me see them. She say, no, it's £1. Come and get them.
Okay, cool. This is tasting horrible now.
So
Mine's
yeah,
bitter towards the end.
Mine's tasting
pissed off
worse.
women or women which don't have no idea what they have in their hands. Favorite.
Maybe she did. Maybe she just did it out
Yeah,
of spite.
maybe she know how he spent crazy amount of money.
Yeah, yeah.
And because she's been pissed off of him, and she just wants to sell everything which is his stuff. So
Yeah, I know what that's like. Oh god.
you need to find your ways, mate.
You found your niche, man.
I found my niche. I follow that niche. I don't have much of a choice there. So whatever the guys collect and smoke, that's what I buy. So
Damn.
that's why sometimes I don't smoke, some cigars for years because people don't have them. The people which passed away.
As Scott says, I hope the husband of that woman isn't watching.
I don't care.
Ex-husband.
If he is, like, well,
Hello.
thanks for the cigars, mate. Okay, let's get back on topic. Widowmaker. No, not Widowmaker.
Widow collector.
Widow collector. Oh, let's get back on topic. So Gurkha, I can never pronounce the owner's name.
It's on the band, mate.
Yeah.
It's on the band. Look at that.
I can never pronounce his name.
I think it's called Hazat Hanzotia, or I'm not sure what was the first name, but Hanzotia is his surname.
Yeah.
I think it's Iranian,
Khazad or what is it?
Iranian or Pakistani or something like
I don't
that.
think it's Pakistani.
I have no idea what it's coming, but I reckon it's something from that, Asia, that part of Asia and Middle East.
I thought it was Albanian.
Nah,
No?
no, man. Trust me, I'm born very close to Albania. I know the people from Albania, what kind of names they
Yeah.
have.
Khazad Hansosia.
Yeah,
I
Khazat
can never
Hanzotia.
pronounce it.
What name is that? I'm usually good with the names.
I don't know. I think that is Iranian, possibly.
Yeah, Iranian. Yeah, I think it's
Possibly.
That kind
I
of
could be
stuff.
wrong, though. Or it might even just be a little bit north between...
Andre reckons he was Portuguese, so. Oh no, sorry, the owner was bought off Portuguese.
Yeah. No, he's not Portuguese. He's definitely not Portuguese.
well, if it's born in Portugal,
He wasn't
from
born
the
in Portugal.
family, which is
Also, Andre says the 125th anniversary Bellicoso is the only Gurkha he can recommend. So.
well, the blend's
No,
supposed to
no,
be-
no. We're not doing this again. This is a one-off, okay? Screw both of you guys. Andre, if you want to send us that, you better send us some other cigars with it. But no.
Is that not this?
No, this
That's
is
not the
Bellicoso.
Bellicoso. Well, it's probably same taste. Should be the same taste.
If
Theoretically.
this is the same taste, this is horrible. Listen,
Andre have a decent Cavalier selection.
hook me up, man. Andre, I want some Cavalier cigars. Talk to the guy. Let me just make me his friend.
Has he got a wife?
Who? Andre.
Andre.
I don't know anyone in Sweden which can tell me.
Does he have life insurance?
Oh,
my
God.
markets are Germany and France, not Sweden.
Germany is a big enough market.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
Gurkha.
So Khazad Hansotia. I mean, this guy, he's like, to some extent, he's the epitome of Florida man. So you know what Florida man is.
Why Florida, man? I don't know.
Florida man.
What does it mean?
So Florida man is kind of like a meme, or as you would say, Mimi. I just like the way you say it.
Mimi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a meme where in the newspapers or in whatever like news outlets or whatever, anytime something crazy happens, they'd be like, Florida man does X. So Florida man robs a Starbucks with an alligator. I don't know if it was a Starbucks or something, but I know for a fact that this guy did rob some place with an alligator. That is an actual fact. Just think about how crazy that is for a minute.
Well, America is a crazy country, obviously.
But even for America, the guy turns up with an alligator on a leash and like, give me all your money. Genuine fact. Really did happen.
I'm more concerned that the people who actually give him the money are more dumb than him.
Hey man, if you've got an alligator...
In what? It's a nice pair of shoes.
Listen man, it's a nice pair of shoes if it stops snapping. But right now...
Why I would have an alligator if not to make a shoes, hat or belt, man? Why I would need an
This guy-
alligator?
This guy,
Rob a
turned up
bank.
with an alligator to rob someone, man. And they just walked out casually like it's freaking Sunday morning or something.
Yeah, only in America.
So why
So,
is this
no.
guy Florida man?
Only in Florida. So this guy, he's like, so he lives in Florida. That's, case point one. And secondly, So a lot of the comments that he's been making are very. I mean, some people may agree with him, and if you agree with him, fine. I don't, I'm not gonna like sit there and be like you're wrong or whatever. But a lot of the points that this guy was making were pretty freaking outlandish. Were pretty freaking
controversial a lot.
But they weren't even. It wasn't controversial because it was controversial. It wasn't like a comedian can be controversial, right? Because he's saying something a bit funny, which is not necessarily something you should be saying, and that can be funny and that can be controversial. But this guy was just saying stuff, which was one factually just untrue, and two coming from a really bitter place, and like but
abusive.
I wouldn't say abusive necessarily, but it was clearly like it was false, and it was coming from a place that you knew was full of like bitterness, and it was like it wasn't coming from like a good spot. Because you can make a point. So for example, you can make an objective point about, let's say, a touchy subject like immigration. You can make an objective point about that, which doesn't come across bitter, which doesn't come across like you don't like these people and you're just doing it because, do you know what I mean? And you can make the same point or a slightly different point about the same subject, immigration, let's say, and be like, oh, these people, blah, 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 and this and that. And he was going about it in that way. And, he was making a lot of points about Black Lives Matter. I think Black Lives Matter is what really eventually brought him down, because he made a lot of points against the Black Lives Matter movement. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, that's your prerogative. But being a person who's in the public,
proactive in the public space,
who has a massive customer base of people that are clearly going to support the Black Lives Matter movement, it behooves you to not be a completely insensitive arsehole to a big section of your customer base. And he just didn't. I think in his mind, he was like, I'm the owner, I'm untouchable, blah, 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 this and that, and so on and so forth. And to some extent, he's right. To some extent, he's correct. Because he is the majority owner. And even now, what's the company going to do? They can't force him to sell his shares, right? But they were.
His name is still on the buns.
Exactly. But what they can do is, from a marketing standpoint, just take him down a couple of notches and be like, look, okay, you're no longer the CEO. So that controversy, I think, impacted Gurkha quite a bit. I don't know if it's going to impact him long term, because I think the person who's in charge now looks like he knows what he's doing. He seems like a very smart, capable individual, and that person is potentially going to steer the company in a better direction, in a direction which is not going to be just, well, plain stupid. Like, genuinely plain stupid. You look at like some of the actions that Kazar was taking, you're like, what are you doing, man? Just sit back, smoke your cigars, and enjoy yourself. Like, you're rich. What are you bitching about?
Yeah, you don't even have to smoke your own cigars.
I know. Smoke some Cubans. Enjoy yourself. I don't know. I mean, so yeah, he's like Florida man in essence, like in terms of like some of his perspectives, some of his like belief structures and whatever. And maybe he's a little bit out of touch. Clearly, he's going to be out of touch to some extent, because he's very wealthy. He lives in a very like.
Apparently, he was born in Mumbai.
Was he born in Mumbai?
Thank you, Andre.
Okay, so I guess he's Indian. He's from my background, man. Shit. Sorry, Bakazad.
So it's Indian guy.
Potentially, I guess he's Indian. Yeah.
Okay.
But Kazad is like
Is it Indian name?
No, it's not an Indian. That is not.
I'm usually pretty good with the names to describe.
That is not an Indian name.
But...
That's like a mix. That's like a Middle Eastern-ish name. That's like a very Middle Eastern-ish type name, Kazad. I mean, I don't know if it's a Muslim name, but I know it's a Middle Eastern name. It's definitely not an Indian name.
No idea, man. Is he Mumbai Muslim part of India?
No, I mean, India's predominantly Hindu. Yeah.
Hindu.
Predominantly.
No idea, man. I've never been there.
Mumbai is like the main city, so it's going to be a little bit more multicultural than some of the more village areas.
It's one of the biggest cities there, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it bigger than Delhi?
I don't know. Possibly. I think it is,
bigger,
yeah. Mumbai is the capital. Is Delhi the capital?
Delhi is the capital officially, but I know there's a province and regions which have their own capital.
Yeah, but Mumbai is like the main. Mumbai is like the main city, or previously known as Bombay.
Yeah.
And then when the British left, 30 years later, they were like, "Are they gone?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're gone." Okay, let's change the name quick. Let's change it back to Mumbai, because British people couldn't pronounce Mumbai, so they called it Bombay.
if he's Indian, probably that's why he liked the idea of the name and the history, because basically it's his ancestors' history. The Gurkha is an Indian guys actually.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, you can make sense in that sense, in that regard.
Delhi's got an extra 4 million.
Delhi's got an extra 4
12 to
million.
16.
Yeah,
What?
extra.
12 million Mumbai, 16 million Delhi.
12 million. Imagine that, man. It's bigger than London.
Mate, they've got
Twice.
1.3 billion people or something.
Well, after COVID, probably 1 billion. No, man, look at the news. It's awful at the moment.
Holy shit, that was like
It's awful at the moment.
factually, potentially true, but
Yeah.
damn, that was one of the most insensitive things I said.
I didn't say anything bad. I just
No,
read the
no, no.
news, man.
I didn't take offense to it. I just thought, damn. Oh, I mean, things are going off there. But yeah, let's not get into that subject right now. But yeah, Gurkha, he built up this brand, and clearly there's some, like, as stupid as his comments were, you can't deny the fact that the man is good at business. You just can't.
Probably have a good team behind us. If
Well,
you're good in business, why will you do that social media posts and basically ruin your business? If you're good in
but
business,
that's the thing though. When you get to that level,
because that wasn't his first appearance with
No,
the
it
crazy
wasn't.
stuff.
It wasn't.
He made
But that's
like
the thing, though.
numerous of times.
but that's the thing though. When you're on that level, and you can continuously say stuff and no one says anything, you're gonna think you're untouchable, right? I mean, he's completely in charge of his business. He's the majority owner of the company. He's the CEO. Everyone basically tells him nice things to him all day, right? He's gonna be in this bubble where he can do whatever he wants and no one's gonna say shit. And then of course he's gonna sit there and think he can do whatever the hell he wants, right? Like for him, he could say whatever in his mind. He could say whatever he wants on social media, and it's just a layup, whatever. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and The Maid. He's been on a win for so long, because it's been just consecutive wins, right? He built the brand. I mean, from a business standpoint, maybe he's not.
yeah, if mention Arnold Schwarzenegger, something off topic. It's been a Mother's Day the other day in America.
Yeah.
I like my favorite quote from Arnold Schwarzenegger is, "If your dad doesn't smoke cigar, though, happy Mother's Day to him." I love it.
A bit harsh, but okay.
Yeah, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. It's one of the most popular memes. If your dad doesn't smoke cigars,
Happy Mother's Day to him. Well, to all our viewers, we didn't say that, but Arnold Schwarzenegger did. I mean, he might be one of the manliest men on the planet. Did you watch that video clip of someone trying to drop kick him from behind?
Yeah, watch it. Yeah.
He did. He was like, he didn't even realize like what happened. He turned around. Quick, get to the chopper. But yeah, Kazad Hansotia. I mean, founder resigned. So yeah, he resigned. I think he got pressured by the board to eventually kind of like just quit it. And I mean, the board obviously told him, look, you're the majority owner anyway.
I haven't since that accident or whatever we call it. I haven't seen or heard anything about him since he resigned. His name never been mentioned in any events.
Yeah, because he's probably got a handler.
Anything. What? He's just disappeared. Maybe in the Florida, swamps.
No, chances are Gurkha as the board or whatever, they're probably like handling quite closely, and they're saying, look, no, you can't do this, you can't do that.
But I can't imagine if I'm a tobacco lover, love tobacco cigars, just to disappear from all kind of public events and anything. I can't imagine
if this cigar is anything to say about how much he loves tobacco, I don't think he loves tobacco. Okay, I think he loves making money. I think he loves having girls around him in his pictures, and I think he likes looking like he smokes cigars. But he doesn't really give a shit about smoking cigars.
Andre points out he's probably surrounded by yes men as well.
Yeah, you would be, right? If you're the most powerful person in your company, and you have the power to just like, if someone annoys you a little bit, you're fired. People are just going to be a little bit, cautious. They're going to be walking on eggshells around you.
But so Gurkha isn't the only brand that is good at marketing, though, surely.
No, it's not the only brand, but it's one of the few brands that has done it so exceptionally well that they're literally in many regards just getting shit and selling it in massive volumes, and I thoroughly respect that. I think that
I'm curious now how many cigars actually they sell on the market.
they sell a lot. They sell a lot.
30 odd things.
They sell a heck of a lot of cigars. They make
I
a
never,
lot
I
of
never
money from
seen
the
them
industry.
in any major reports as a company selling a lot of cigars.
They might not be selling to the level of, let's say, Davidoff or something, but considering the size of the company and the turnover that they're making and so on and so forth, it's still a lot. Like the monetary amounts, they're clearly selling a lot of cigars. And they've also got their super premium lines of cigars as well, which do make money. People buy them. People genuinely buy them. So they do. I mean, it's not a company which is not profitable. It's a company which is clearly profitable. Their biggest lines are, I think what happens is they've got their super premium brands which are propping up the lower end and giving that premium feel to the brand as a whole, when in fact it's
Well,
not.
I think a lot of, especially in the social medias, seeing the Facebook stuff, a lot of guys smoking some Gurkhas, Gurkha Ghost, Gurkha Beauty, whatever the Royal. Some people smoke them. I don't think all of them know actually the Gurkha have like crazy expensive cigars. They just find them budget smokes, Germany, Netherlands.
No, I'd be surprised if they don't know about them. I'd be very surprised if they don't know.
I don't think all the people know basically what they smoke. They just buy because of the budget they have. So they want 5 cigars for £50 or something like that. They import them from somewhere. Smoke cheap stuff.
That's all.
So not many people have the idea of basically. I have seen. I told you I make experiments sometimes in the WhatsApp groups and stuff where people selling, buying stuff, etc. And I just post sometimes few cigars and say, is any interested in that? And that's some boutiques brands. Trust me, people don't know them. They don't have any interest.
Yeah, but you're talking
So
about a
imagine
niche
if
within a niche.
Yeah, but in any kind of unofficial sales group, if you go and post 5-pack sampler of Gurkha, which were $20, and if you post 5-pack sampler of Foundation cigars or Illusion cigars or Tatuaje, which were £50, so double of that. Even if you find cheap ones, let's say cheap Tatuaje Tattoo. Tatuaje Tattoo is an amazing cigar for €6, €7 in Europe. Compared to them, Gurkha is same price in Europe. You post 5-pack of Gurkha and 5-pack of Tatuaje Tattoo. Tatuaje will stay there for 3 months before someone realizes that's a good cigar. Gurkha will go for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but Gurkha is a well-known brand.
Tatuaje is not less known.
Not anywhere near as well-known as Gurkha.
Not in the States, man.
No, pretty worldwide.
And
Gurkha's far more well-known than Tatuaje.
I think even in UK, Tatuaje is well more presented to the market instead of Gurkha.
Yes.
I think
In
Gurkha,
the UK, the
only
UK
one or
doesn't.
2 Gurkhas officially selling in UK.
UK doesn't have a massive market for Gurkha cigars. That's one thing I'll probably say. I'll probably agree to.
But the
However,
guys in social media, I'm in mostly in UK WhatsApp and stuff group. So if the people don't know Gurkha because they're not selling them in UK, why do people choose
But
Gurkha?
but people do know Gurkha. More people will have heard of Gurkha than they've heard of Tatuaje. People will hear about Gurkha before they hear of Tatuaje. Easily. Gurkha's got a much bigger marketing budget. They've got a more effective marketing strategy. They can sell these kind of crappy sticks. This
I
is
don't know,
terrible.
If when I'm buying, now I'm way more into the cigars, but even before, I always want to know more about the stuff I'm buying. I start reading before I buy something. I've seen a good deal somewhere. Straight away, Google, start looking about what cigars. Even now, if I find a new brand, I want to know what was behind it and anything maybe more in depth. And if I don't like the stuff behind the brand, I wouldn't approach to buy them. Doesn't matter how cheap they are or anything. So that's weird for me. How is a consumer? So basically, you consume something. You're not like to buy a table to put it in your
Yeah, but
lounge.
most people don't do that. When was the last time that someone, most people that go to McDonald's don't necessarily look at all the ethical issues behind McDonald's, do they? They just go in and buy something from McDonald's.
Yeah, but it's tasty.
Debatable.
Well, McDonald's is tasty. instead of
who insisted we go to McDonald's.
any
It was
food-
just.
if you go, well, it's not cigar related, but any type of fast food, I'll
Okay.
pick McDonald's all the time.
Okay,
In
McDonald's.
front of
Okay,
anyone.
I'll say McDonald's tastes better than Gurkha.
Maybe it's not healthy, it's not the best quality or anything, but I will always pick McDonald's instead of any other Burger King or whatever. I'll pick
Yeah.
McDonald's because it tastes better.
Yeah.
Same money, stays better.
But with Gurkha, the brand is far more well known than many of the boutique brands. I mean, they're boutique brands for a reason, right? Alex, you've almost finished your cigar, man.
I've got inch and a half left.
Yeah, same as me.
Mine's
probably.
turned into an absolute pepper bomb.
Pepper bomb. I don't have any pepper at the moment
like
with
my
me.
lips were tingling. It was like I put toothpaste on my lips.
Okay, weird.
So I've given up on it, I think.
Even the pepper in the white pepper complete gone. I start feel slight bitterness, but maybe I'm rushing too much.
I tried to smoke through it, but nah.
I'm getting lots of pepper and still
You stopped smoking 20 minutes ago.
I can't.
Stop
do it.
pretending. You need to smoke that cigar.
Oh.
You need to finish it. Yes.
I've done it.
Alex done it. Alex is yeah. Yeah, that's Alex.
That's not. You can't see that.
Yeah, Alex is on my pretty much where I am. Usman literally stopped puffing 20 minutes ago. He was way front of us.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
You
And he
you started way before I mean.
2 minutes before you.
2 minutes a long time.
And I am a slow smoker. So
2
you
minutes, hey,
you
2
start
minutes is a long
puffing,
time,
I
man.
can see you.
Tell that to my ex.
I can see Usman's completely stopped smoking. He don't want. He pretend.
No, I'm not pretending. I don't want it.
I'll be honest.
This sucks.
I mean, I forced my way through mine. I'll be honest. It wasn't the worst thing I've smoked, but
What's the worst thing you've smoked?
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
That's the worst thing you've smoked. That is definitely the worst
Yeah,
cigar you've smoked.
I would say it's not the worst cigar I've smoked.
No, it's not the
Many
worst
occasions.
cigar I've smoked.
Not the worst. I've smoked way worse cigars than that.
The worst cigar I've smoked is the Kraken.
No.
For me, it was the Kraken.
Kraken was anything but disappointment, because it doesn't taste, but it wasn't bad. No
it
bitterness,
made
no
me sick
pepper.
though. It made me sick.
No, it was just blunt tobacco taste.
To me, it really made me sick.
But if the cigar is very bitter and unpleasant, yeah, that's not like for me. But that cigar, I can say easy. You can smoke it in a conversation somewhere with people which you don't care about what you're smoking. Basically, you're chatting all the time. You don't want to take care of the cigars, and you don't want some mind-blowing tastes.
I don't know. I think you know how I just put it down because we're talking right now. We're really having a conversation, and I just kind of put it down like naturally. I just left it.
I wouldn't smoke it if I smoke alone or in a proper cigar conversation. I wouldn't smoke it. But why not? I'm okay to try another one in some point. For me, it's 50-50 for the moment. It didn't put me off, but I can't say it's wow.
For me, it's a definite dud. Absolute dud.
For you your mind was in the same way before you start smoking.
No.
You don't
I
wanna
said
smoke.
I'm gonna give this a proper try. In my head, I switched on and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a proper try. It would be unfair for me to judge it or prejudge it. I was making fun of it just out of like, it was just theatrics, right? I was making fun of it to some extent, but in my head, I was like, I'm gonna give this a proper try because that's only fair. It's come all the way from Georgie. I had to give it a proper try, and yeah, man, it is bad. It is bad. It's not a cigar that I'm enjoying to buy to any
Okay,
degree.
how is the chat look?
Can you name any brands that have done a 180 and improved or destroyed their brands?
Gurkha.
What? The name of brands of what?
Any brands that have like, let's say they're going on a particular direction.
Yeah.
They realize that their cigars are shit or they're doing a terrible job, and then made a sudden change, and eventually it's like, holy crap, wait, their products are really good now.
Or the opposite?
Yeah. Drew Estate.
So talk about Drew Estate.
Drew Estate, first 5, 6, 10 years, he make only infused cigars. Steve Saka come on board. They start making Liga Privada and that kind of stuff, and turn around this completely.
Steve Saka, the guy with the rings and everything. No, who am I talking?
Steve Saka is the guy behind Dumbarton Tobacco.
Yeah.
That kind of cigars. He worked for Drew Estate for many years. I'm not sure is it official, but unofficial rumors say that he's the blender actually of Liga Privada, with Nick Melillo as a guy who helped him. And that turned over Drew Estate into the for me, probably one of the biggest, definitely, and maybe why not one of the biggest turnovers from the only infused market. They have one cigar, I believe, which wasn't infused back in the time. Something Candela, Connecticut, no one wants to smoke stuff. And when the Steve Saka come on board, with of course other help from other people, and they start making Liga Privada, which is an amazing line. Some Liga Privadas are mind-blowing cigars. That's a big turnover for me. From something which I wouldn't touch,
To
now they
something that
make
you
cigars.
really
You
enjoy.
know, Willie Herrera as well, joined with the Herrera Esteli. For me, is one of the best lines as well.
Liga Privada cigars, I thought they were okay. I didn't think they were great.
No, Liga Privada, the Lancero, the T52, for me, it's amazing cigars. Slightly expensive. Some of the Liga Privadas, especially the Bacchus, the last line.
It's the one which like it looks like it's got handwritten on the bands and whatever, right?
Yeah, they have a like lion head on the band and call made for the boss. You know, Liga Privada. All the Vitoas they release are different names and different blend, so they don't release same blend with the same name. They have like 15 probably different lines, all of them different weird sides, shapes with different blends. That's very interesting. Yeah, they have like fritters, Mama Papa's fritters. They have Year of the Rat, Radzilla. They have the Purple Velvet, T52A. Many of them, man. They have the now they release Bacchus, which is a 40 euro cigar. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, in US, a very popular people in US rave them because they're for the European market only. And now in US, that box of those cigars, if you bring them in US, you can sell it for $400-500.
So what about a cigar brand that used to be good that eventually just kind of turned into something really crap?
It's a good question. There is another brand which actually turned out. I can tell another example with the brand which we're doing all right. Now it's way better.
So briefly, because I want to talk about a brand
Yeah.
that's done really badly.
So the good brand which I'm talking is Casa Fernandez and probably Aganosa Farm. They do Casa Fernandez, which is not bad cigar, but they was probably become too extinct, and they completely changed their strategy. They start with the marketing, and now Aganosa Leaf make an amazing cigars, hell of a lot of cigars.
So what about a brand that used to be good, and then suddenly just became really bad? I think some people would say Habanos.
Andre mentioned Zeno and Dunhill.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Zeno, Dunhill, Camacho.
I was gonna say Camacho, but I didn't want to say.
No, Camacho is a great example. People like Camacho, maybe not agree with
Yeah.
me. Camacho, since the Camacho can become Davidoff,
It's gone downhill.
it's downhill at all. That's
Yeah.
awful cigars for me. But if you find Camacho made by Eroa, which is the family which owned Camacho before, even now the old Camachos are very collectible because not easy to find. They're 15 years old at least, and it's amazing. Dunhill, great example.
It used to be a great brand.
Cuban, most expensive Cuban cigars at the moment, the collectible Dunhills, vintage Dunhills.
Yeah.
And Dunhill then go to the DR for a little bit, and when they go to Honduras, completely brand stop doing anything decent. It's absolutely awful, and they don't exist anymore. Dunhill would stop existing.
Well, they exist in pipe tobacco, but not in
same
cigars.
with the Jamaican Macanudo. Someone mentioned Macanudo. Earlier I've listened to a show and someone mentioned Macanudo. When Macanudo become a Jamaican company, they make one of the best cigars back in the time. Then they moved to DR. It's alright, and now they make them in Honduras, in different places, and most of them are awful.
So why did they leave Jamaica?
Because it's a Jamaican company.
No, why did they leave?
Because no tobacco in Jamaica.
Oh,
Hurricane destroyed the whole crop for 5 years.
damn.
That's why Royal Jamaica stopped, Macanudo stopped, Tempo Hall stopped, all the other small brands, they stopped
Oh, that
existing.
sucks.
And the company which owned Macanudo back in the time, the Alta just bought them. They say we need to produce. Macanudo was the most selling cigar in US
Yeah.
because
I thought he still is.
no, the moment Acid is the most selling cigar in US.
I see.
The Macanudo back in the time, so heavy marketing, so heavy. Every shop, every TV commercial, everything was Macanudo. And they have the success, basically for maybe a decade, Macanudo was the most selling brand in the States. and in some point they can't produce enough from that countries and move the whatever they can produce it. So
I like some Macanudo cigars. I've smoked a bunch of them.
I can give you Jamaican Macanudo if you want. I have a double Corona Jamaican Macanudos.
Really? It's not strong though, is it?
No, it's very mild, but
Okay.
it's back in the Jamaican times.
So you know the dark vintage Macanudo cigar with the metal band? That tastes so much like chocolate. That is a really nice
I enjoyed
cigar.
recently only one Macanudo of then I smoked. It was silver band with the dual banded. I can't remember what was the name on the dual band. It's some limited edition. It was Lancero. Some limited edition. It was really nice. Surprisingly, how good was that cigar? But most of the others, you know, like the green band, you know, Cafe Prince, whatever, they're just blunt and not my taste.
Zeno, Andre was. I haven't tried any Zeno cigars, but Andre was talking about how.
I think Zeno still produce good cigars, not everything. So Zeno have, you know, Zeno is part of a Davidoff in the past.
Is it a separate brand now? I thought it's still part of Davidoff.
It's part, yeah, but it's like one of the smallest brand of Davidoff.
Yeah.
They produce a line called Crown, if I'm not mistaken. They make nice cigar, but they're also expensive. And also they have some cheap Zenos.
Yeah, I've only
Which,
seen cheap Zenos.
Even the last Zeno release is a funny, awful looking yellow band. Orange yellow. It's very cheap cigar. I want to try them, but I don't think it will be something worth the experience. But that was a good example. Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions?
Which cigar has the most floral, grassy notes for you? In a good way, I think he means.
Almost any Candela. Any
wait,
Candela is so
there's
grassy.
There's a cigar in my
So
head.
grassy. But I can tell you, I'm not a fan of Candela at all. But I like two Candelas. I like Roma Craft. If I'm not mistaken, Aquitaine Candela. And I like Illusion 88, if I think that was the line, in Candela. They're completely different than the awful Candelas I have from Alec Bradley and
I think there was a cigar that I'm just struggling to remember, but had this like really really nice floral notes, almost all the way through. And I just can't put my finger on which cigar it was. I don't know if it was it a Kidose? No, it wasn't.
By the way, Zeno Nicaragua is the new brand.
is it in Nicaragua? Yeah.
Andre says it looks awful and tastes okay.
Okay. But it's if it tastes okay, probably it's alright. It's fairly cheap.
Okay,
Fairly cheap cigar coming from Davidoff factory. If it tastes better than Camacho, yeah.
Oh God, Camacho. I
Well,
mean, the marketing.
you know what? I have a good selection now with Camachos, the premium ones.
But
Which
we'll get to that in a second.
you know, in a coffins, $25 piece. I haven't tried them. I have them, but I haven't tried them.
You know, current Camacho, like the barrel aged Camacho and all that. They look good though, don't they? They look so good.
They look, but I don't like them. The
It
taste,
tastes horrible.
not horrible, but
Okay, not as
Don't
bad.
like
It was just bland and bitter for me. Like I was smoking it thinking,
very popular cigars, by the way.
is it?
Oh yeah, a lot of people like Camacho. They are available almost in any country, even in UK. A lot of people smoke Camacho. You know, the yellow, the red, the orange Camacho. A lot of people like them.
I mean, I finished that cigar. I'm struggling to finish this though. I hated that, and I'm struggling to finish this.
You need to finish it. Me and Alex are finishing.
I don't. You know, after the live stream finishes, you know, Ray's just gonna be sat looking over my shoulder. Peer pressure. Finish it.
Can we finish the live stream so you finish that cigar?
Not yet.
Okay, fine.
How's the chat looking? Anything good? Interesting?
Well, we're getting near proper question time, really.
Yeah.
So feel free to send some in, guys.
Even if they're not Gurkha related or
Let's try and keep it Gurkha related to some extent. If
Well,
you have,
question of
but if you
Gurkha.
don't, then yeah.
yeah.
If you have any Gurkha question, that'd be great though.
Zoom. Something. Yeah, we forgot last time, guys. Let's say that way. Few of you already asked us for a Zoom session where we can chat it all together in a room, completely casual, smoking whatever everyone wants, asking a question, just gathering and banter. And we think, at least for us, the best way will be Saturday, 7 p.m.
BST,
7 p.m. British summertime, GMT, whatever you want to call it.
not GMT.
Not GMT?
It's British summertime.
What is GMT then? Greenwich.
GMT's an hour different.
Is it?
That's why the clocks go back and forwards.
Yeah, but everyone now put GMT, you know, even on every session I am, GMT is GMT. Well, UK time. 7 p.m. UK time.
Current UK time.
I believe most of the people are from UK anyway. Not everyone, but most. So Saturday, Alex will put some details probably in the channel later where you can find us in a Zoom or, you know, room.
We'll put it up in the community tab.
Yeah, and check the Instagram page, it'll be on there.
Yeah. We'll put it on the Instagram page. We'll put it on the community tab as well. What I'll do is I'll create the Zoom. I don't have a premium one, so
Can work that out.
okay.
Yeah, you have all the Zoom details. UK 7 time, let's say we can hang in for, I can hang in for at least a couple hours. Smoke whatever you want, drink whatever you want. We'll be Zoom. We're not going to be all together in a one room. We'll be sitting in our houses and smoking stuff.
We could be here though.
No, I want to drink something nice, not just drinking water as usual because I need to drive. You're welcome to come in the garden if you want. Yeah.
Could do, potentially.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. But it will be...
We might not do it for this week, but we might do that at some point where we all get together.
Yeah, but this week, 7 p.m. Saturday, guys, feel free to join us at least for a half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, come join us. We'll smoke some cigars. We'll just get to know each other. And then it's not going to be just me and Ray talking.
Yeah, we want to see your faces.
Yeah, we want to see you guys. And, we'll be able to talk to you guys properly. And
you might even see my face.
Yeah, you'll see Alex's face.
You might. No promises.
We will.
I'll bring Alex's picture if he's not there.
Yeah. We'll take a picture of him and just post it.
Yeah.
Like an Instax or something. Bang. That's him. Him right there.
A4.
Yeah. I don't know if I can finish. How'd you guys?
What's it tasting like?
Crap.
You can't say crap, mate. What is crap?
Okay, right.
Please say rotten yogurt.
Give me a second. Every time I take a draw, I die a little.
That's what those warning labels are for.
It's for Gurkha Cigars.
Yeah, we can put, instead of warning labels, we can put Usman's face when he's smoking Gurkha.
Oh, how'd you guys smoke this?
I didn't find it that bad. I told you. If it was bad, I would bin it, but I didn't find it bad.
Oh, so you're allowed to bin it, but I have to smoke it all?
No, I'll smoke it, man. I appreciate now every guy put some effort into the cigar. Imagine it's still 200 people make an effort to make that.
Listen,
cigar.
Man, 2 guys did this, okay?
Because
Kazad sat down, yeah, spat in his hands, got the freaking tobacco, rolled it up, and he was done.
It's still a lot of effort from the people to roll it, and yeah.
So what's it tasting like?
Just peppery sourness. Still the same. Maybe my taste buds are shot from what the cigar's done to it, but that's all I'm getting. Just pepper, sourness, saltiness.
What were you getting towards the end, Ray?
Nothing changed much. What I get, the pepper gone. That was the significant change, probably halfway through second, third. The pepper, the white pepper I have in the back of the mouth change, gone. I don't hit so much dryness on the end. It was more slightly bitterness, but very slight bitterness. I didn't find any sweetness. I was hoping to find sweetness. It's a Brazilian tobacco there. I usually like Brazilian tobacco and Brazilian wrap cigars. Haven't find any sweetness. Construction perfect for me. Combustion perfect. Burn very well. I didn't find many bad point on there. No tar. And I was punched the cigar with very small punch, which is also good for me. If the cigar don't collect tar, it means the leaves are properly fermented, in my opinion. Taste wise, slight complexity, not much, but there was a complexity, definitely. I don't know if I need to give some scores or something. I would say 6 or 7 out of 10.
I'd give this a 3.
For me, it's, if you're talking about 10 score system, 6, 7, probably up to 7 maximum, because it was very well constructed and don't have any tar issues or draw issues. Slightly loose draw, all way through. And yeah, that's my final notes on the Gurkha.
I've just noticed there's like a green splotch.
Splotch.
There's like green splotches on under.
Don't stop cutting the cigar to make it shorter.
No, because you got
what
really
you're
big.
doing.
No, you got
You
really.
start cutting the cigar from the other end to make it shorter. How cheeky is it? Look at him.
It got really bitter.
Oh yeah, and if you cut it, it'll make it not bitter.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's see how you're gonna smoke now.
For anyone listening to this as a podcast, I wish we could show you his face right now. There's a lot of screwing up, squinting going on.
Shut up, man. Oh god. Right. One more.
Any final questions, guys?
I just asked them. They haven't had anything yet.
Last
Nothing.
draw. Can I do a last draw and leave it?
No.
Come on, that's done, man. You know, let it burn, let it die with dignity, right?
Yeah,
No
the last
dignity.
third, not the last half.
Yeah, last third, not the last half.
Look at how much I've smoked. I've got like an inch left.
Yeah, and you cut like 2 inches already.
I thought you guys would notice.
We know what you're doing. I never seen you cut the cigar one more time when you light it.
Yeah, because it tastes nice. I want to get to the fingernail in most cigars.
Are there any 2021 releases in general that we're looking forward to?
2020.
I wanna smoke the Davidoff limited edition.
Good shout. I want to try it as well. If I go to the boutique brands, I want to try Mil Diaz 2021. It's been released next week. I want to try Black Angel from Black Angel. It's Black Angel. Alex, if it's on a call, he will know them. It's from Crown Heads as well. I want to try the new Drew Estate 10th anniversary. Being released a few weeks ago. What else?
By the way, I spoke to Damie Habanos,
Yeah.
and I asked her about some of the new releases. No.
5 years.
Do you know what she said? She goes, "I'll see what I can do. I might be able to get them to you a bit
I
sooner."
don't believe her.
Well, she did it last time.
Well,
She did it last time.
from the Cuba, I want to try the Bolivar.
But listen,
That's what Alex says.
Bolivar 2021, but
Alex actually says Bolivar.
yeah.
But listen,
Bolivaras.
last time she came through with those cigars, right? And this time I asked her, and she goes, "Well, you know, can't make any promises because they're still new, but I'll see what I can do. Probably not going to be all of them. Obviously not all of them. But I was like, can you send like some of them?" And she's like, "Okay, well, let me see what I can come up with." So I might get some of them through
Yeah, so yeah.
because hunters are getting them in. So if hunters are getting them in, I'm sure she could allocate like maybe a few and be like, "Okay, send it to this brown guy."
Probably from the Cuban releases, if you go back on the Cuban festival, Bolivar is the one I want to try most.
I would try the Cohiba Amber.
Yeah, of course, but I'm not generally most of the big Cohiba fan. But yeah, I want to try. Of course, every release I want to try. But I doubt we'll find the Amber soon in the UK, and the price will be probably 30 quid start.
I mean, the Cohiba Robusto is 30 quid.
I don't pay 30 quid for cigars, man.
No, but
And
the
no
stand-
widows having a Amber.
But listen, the Robusto, the standard Robusto is 30 quid. This is going to be at least 38, 40 in the UK. Easily.
Yeah.
It's going to be
But-
about...
Any brand. I want to try any new release. Anything coming on the market. I want to try it.
Andres just told me who MS is in the comments, by the way.
Who's MS?
Cigarscape on Instagram.
Oh.
Okay. The guy is very active on my lives. He usually talk a lot on the live. So
Okay, I got to put this down. Man. This is really...
so officially Usman is the biggest.
Hey, shut up,
wouldn't
man.
say-
Well, let me see your cigar. Pick up your cigar. What you got left? Ah, fuck.
And I cut it with punch. Look, it's punched. I didn't cut an inch or half of an inch or something on the cigar.
Oh,
So-
I haven't got an excuse. Okay, I'm gonna get through this.
Yeah, we need to do another specialized night in some point in the future, I reckon. Some
What?
overhyped cigar, a raved cigar, maybe amber if we get the ambers, good price on them. we
Damien,
might do.
I doubt you're watching this, but can you hook us up with like six ambers?
If she watch our channel, definitely don't send you anything after last show.
Don't watch the last one.
Yeah, don't watch the Habanos one. Just watch the rest of them where we say nice things about Habanos.
Oh dear. So,
It's
I
not
guess-
ending.
I guess the final question then, really, is Gurkha Cigars. Are these really the worst cigars you can buy?
Yeah. Oh,
If you're talking for a brand at all, probably Gurkha and infused sweet cigars like acids. For me are the worst. No, actually no. The worst cigars for me, Guantanamera,
yeah.
JLP,
JLP is actually quite good. So I'm
for
gonna
me,
disagree with that one.
for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
not for you. You can't even smoke your Gurkha. Guantanamera, JLP, Stubby. Stubbies is another short filler Dutch cigars, and acids type infused cigars, and then is a Gurkha. That's my, let's say in top 5, they're the best from that 5 cigars.
Like the worst 5.
Worst.
The worst 5, Gurkha is the best of them.
Okay. For me, Avo, those small ones. You know, the small Avos.
Which others?
Puritos, I think.
We don't talk about Puritos, man. I don't
Okay.
smoke Puritos.
Okay.
Don't include them.
Guantanamera, definitely. Gurkha. Oh. Every single one. Every single
That is, by the way, the best Gurkha I've smoked.
That is the most I've smoked through a Gurkha. That's the most I've smoked through a Gurkha. I
Cut
think the
through a
worst.
Gurkha. Cut through a Gurkha.
So I think the second not worse Gurkha was the Solero or something. You know, the Figurado shaped one.
Haven't smoked that.
That one was tolerable, but just sweet and bitter all the way through. So it was one draw sweet, the other one horribly bitter. Just kept going back and forth with that. So I managed through that one. This one, I'm still struggling with it. But all the other Gurkhas, I don't know how people smoke that crap, man. I really don't. Yeah.
Before we go there was one question that I missed, which I've been reminded of. And if you had to spend the rest of your life on an island, and you were allowed to pick up 3 cigars, but as many of them as you want, which would you choose?
I would stop smoking. I can't just choose 3 cigars, man. That would be hell of boring stuff.
Oh, I can.
I can't. I don't have 3 favorite cigars. So
Go on, you carry on, but there's another comment here.
Oh, for me, Fundadores, Cohiba Robusto, Cohiba Esplendidos.
There you go.
Easy. It's like those 3, I'll be fine.
And as a parting shot from Andre, the funny thing is Gurkha without the H in Swedish means cucumber.
I did say taste sour. You know, that's like a pickled. Oh. Gherkin, innit? That's what it was,
Gherkin,
man.
yeah.
It's a
do your
gherkin.
final part, mate.
Yeah.
So this is how far
I
I got with the cigar. I'm sorry, guys, but this is horrible.
With the half-inch cut of that.
With I cut off about half an inch, so I'm not even ashamed of it. No, it was a tactic. It was a cleverly.
Not so clever.
No,
Yeah, if
because
everyone
you guys.
see, not so cleverly.
I've got no cap left. If I cut even like a slight millimeter more, it's gonna unravel.
Anyway,
I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'll
Yeah,
take one more
Usman is not in a condition to tell his final words, so I'll say mine. You know what I'm gonna say? We're talking about that all the time. Smoke your cigars. Smoke your cigars, and
Unless
don't
it's
keep
the
them in the
Gurkha.
boxes. Don't keep them in the boxes, because if you keep them in the boxes, the widow collector will come and get them. Don't keep your cigars. Smoke them. They are for smoking.
The widow collector will come for you. It's like an old Russian wives' tale or something, right? Oh, be good cigar smokers. Otherwise, the widow collector's gonna come and get you. Yeah, this tastes horrible. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to put this away. This is just one of the worst cigars I've smoked in a while.
Andre says, well done, now you never have to do this again, or should we do this as a yearly tradition?
No.
Monthly.
This is a one-off. Okay.
Every fourth show,
When
smoking
Ray
Gurkha.
listen, when Ray says smoke your cigars, there's a caveat. Except Gurkha.
Well, he didn't buy them in the first place.
Yeah, we didn't. Georgie, huge thank you to you for sending the cigars. Honestly,
Yeah, man.
really, really appreciate it. I know we're making fun of this Gurkha, but we seriously do appreciate the fact that you've sent these cigars. It means a lot. We've been able to produce a whole live stream because of the fact that you've sent us these cigars. So,
Hopefully chat to you on Saturday.
yeah, I mean, we'd love for you to join us on Zoom. It'd be great to, finally get you face to face. And yeah, seriously, thank you so much. I can't wait to get into the custom rolls. I've been trying to press Ray. I'm like, if I don't like the Gurkha, can I smoke the custom? And he's like, no. So off camera, I'm going to town on one of those bad boys. But yeah, huge thank you to you. Seriously, really appreciate that. And to everyone watching, really appreciate you guys sticking through and watching me struggle through this terrible cigar, this terrible ordeal. I hate you all, but I also... No, honestly.
Brand's doing a 180.
No, seriously. Jokes aside, thank you guys for watching us, supporting us, and helping us build the channel and build the live stream to what it is. So really appreciate it. Final word from our sponsor, that is Monte Fortuna Cigars. Monte Fortuna, based in Europe. I highly recommend them. Got a huge selection of cigars, both Cuban and non-Cubans as well. They've got a bunch of Oliva cigars. I do like Oliva cigars if you're talking about New World. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Oliva. My father, I think they've got...
Caldwell.
They've got Caldwell as well, no? Yeah, they do, yeah. They've got them as well. They're actually really good. Cubans, obviously, they've got loads of Cubans. I mean, they started off with just selling Cuban cigars, so they've clearly got a whole bunch of Cuban cigars. Vintage. Check out their vintage line. Always keep an eye on the tab which says vintage, because as you may know, and Ray will probably agree with me, Cuban cigars with some age on them generally taste a lot better. So if you can get hold of some of the vintage cigars, they even offer fivers on some of the vintage Cuban cigars as well. So I would snap them up as quickly as you can for those particular cigars. They do cost a little bit more, but in my eyes, I think they're worth the extra money. But yeah, Monte Fortuna Cigars, highly recommend them. Link in the description. And thank you for supporting us. And huge thank you to Monte Fortuna for sponsoring our live streams. Are we done with the Gurkha now? We never need to do that again, right? It's over. Shut up, Ray. Don't, no. Wait, it's over. It's over. I feel great. Okay. Yes. Thank you for watching. See you guys.
Smoky cigars. Oh, Ray, what's Ray got?
He's got peace sign.
Oh, or just two.
Yeah, just 2 cigars.